Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? My mic is in red and it should be green. I'm not sure what's going on. But hi, cuties. If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat for me. And I'm going to go up and say some hellos if you guys can hear me. So let's see. Hey, Tang. Can you hear me, Tang? Yes. All right, all right, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know it's been probably a week or so since the last time I've been live. I had one scheduled the other day and had to run out for my sister-in-law, but I really thank you guys for joining me. If you can please hit the like button on your way in, that would be great. And let me go say some hellos. Now, I had some comments before the live started that somehow disappeared, but I remember who they were. It was Miss J, it was Dee Dee, and it was Anita. So I'm not sure where the comments went, but I hope you guys are here joining me. Hello, ST. All right, you Patricia looked so stressed, didn't she, though? I know she's sick of Destiny. My goodness. I totally agree. But hi, ST. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Bridget from the 502. Stephanie, hello again. Bevy Jax, hello. Thank you for joining me. Tang, Tang, Tang. Tang, I'm going to put up an email address tomorrow. I'm going to post a second channel that I just want to have as a backup channel, and I'll make sure to attach an email address to that. Please make sure to email me, Tang. And thank you for modding. Hi, Sasha. Hello, Sylvia P. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Linda Gamble. Hey. How are you? Hello, Letitia Hunt. Lynn again. Cheryl D. Hey, Cheryl. Jesse Lewis. Hello. Louisiana Chick. Hello. Hello. Sasha, I think I got you. I did, but I'll say hi again to Sasha. Stacy Belton. Hello. Just Being Maya. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you, Sasha. Hey, Denise Calhoun. Carolyn Minter. Valerie. Rhonda. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Cheryl Howard. And let's see here. Getting down to the bottom. March Baby. Hello. Hi, Megan. All right. And that's everybody saying that they can hear me. Hi, Trilette. Reno. Hello. Lisa Bell. Drea. Hello. Latanya. Robin Davis. Von Dale. Laverne Wolford. Thank you guys so much for joining me. All right. Hey, Jolanda. Essen Tender. Valerie Owens. Claudia Beer. Trina. Corvette. Hazel. Hello. All right, Miss J, you're back. I'm not sure where your comment went from earlier. I'm like, how they going to remove my girl, Miss J? I don't know what happened with that. It was you, Dee Dee, and Anita. So thank you so much. Hey, Keontae. Hello, Shantia. That's a cute name. Shantia. Casino Rules. Monique Williams. PK Joe. Eunice. Muted Expressions. Maritha. Hey, girl. Hey. Monica Taylor. Hi, Dina. All right. March, baby. I think I got you. Doc Kelly, Lavinia, Sandra White, Terry T-Baby Davis. Hello, hello, hello. Linda McGee, PN2 Ross. And I think we're getting down. If I missed anybody, I will try to highlight your your names and all of that so we can get started with this live. But I wanted to come to you guys with the Huntsville happenings. It's been a lot going on this week, starting with Martell setting it off by allegedly showing up to those kids' birthday parties uninvited and unannounced. So that's on my list for us to discuss. Naturally, we have his, I want to say day late and a dollar short, but a month late birthday party celebration and his release of his upscale magazine cover. My goodness, we over it. We got that. And then last but not least, I wanted to discuss Miss Destiny ready to put them paws on Chris Fletcher. It couldn't have been my husband. That's all I got to say. All right, guys. So I'm going to get started here. You guys know I'm going to drop a link as well. My thoughts on, and we also need to discuss males, according to Martell, or the way that he tried to make it seem, Mel's alleged new man. Now, I had some millimeters drop in my Instagram DM, and I'm not going to say it's proof, but it's close, guys. So I'm going to stick that in a video. I do want to respect Mel's privacy, but they did a little investigating, and I think Mr. Devin Keith is the man, and I hope so. But let me get this link ready, guys, so we all can discuss. I keep saying I'm going to have a call-in number. I meant to do that again today, and I didn't. But I do want to have a call-in number for people that don't want to hit the link and they just want to call in and, give a comment. So hopefully by the next time I go live, I'll have that for you guys. But let me pin this link. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this down because it's going to echo. To the 254 that's watching, thank you guys so much. Please make sure to like the video. Drop down in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on everything. And all right, so we should be pinned. But yeah, so what are you guys? Oh my God, guys. I have a big dog, and he just let out a big bark. So my husband was taking a nap. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, no. Get away from this door. Let's go. Get out. You too. Go. Goodbye. Go. Here I come, guys. I'm sorry. Nope. Go. Hold on, guys. Let me close my office door from these rugrats. My apologies. Okay, I am so sorry. I have a big dog, and when he barks like that, it gets on my nerves. All right, and Keontae, I see that you're backstage, so I'm going to go ahead and put the banner up real quick. I locked them out, and they're mad. Give me 1 second. All right, Keontae, is this you?
That's me, love.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I missed you the last time, so I said
know.
I gotta come up here and I gotta act the donkey monkey tonight.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I responded to you. I was looking for you last time too. Is Caramel Rail in here? Hey, Relly.
Look, I'm on that really love right now. Like, I'm tired of them.
Girl, it's been a lot going on. Do you hear me? If there are any other content creators in the chat, thank you guys so much for joining me. I see Cheryl Howard backstage, so let's get her up here, Keontae, and we can start off this discussion.
Hi, okay. How you doing?
Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
I'm good. Hi,
hey, Cheryl.
How you doing, baby? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Okay.
doing good. It's a mess up in Huntsville, honey.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Lord.
Now, where you guys want to start? Let's start off with Martell showing up to that birthday party. Aunt Ann, hello, Aunt Ann.
Now you know I was on our girl Diana Rose channel the other night, and Martell, you are ain't you are BAN. That's what you are
That's what he
because
is.
he showed up to that birthday party making all that rah rah rah.
Mm-hmm.
And Mel told him, not right now. If you want, you can come back and get her and you can take her to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. And do you know that that BAN did not come back?
No,
Martell, you know what? Oh,
he went to Atlanta instead.
yes, you went to whole Atlanta, but you don't went to a whole birthday party and you trying to make a whole scene. Martell, I, I already done told you
Hmm.
that Mel took you in with a receiving hairline,
Mm.
crooked teeth,
Look at
no
you.
money in the bank, ATM theft, a felon, and all of that. And you still don't get the point. Martell, you never gonna be able to be in male space again. She is tired of you. And as in Tisha's words, she tired of you checking for her. She
Thank you.
tired.
She's over it. When she finally, and I'm sorry, let me acknowledge Kimbella. Thank you so much for the super chat. You put a look at God, finally caught your live. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining me.
Martell
But
mad.
yeah,
Ma-
Martell, he doesn't realize all of the chances that he got. And I would never blame Mel for trying to make her marriage work at all. I get it, in spite of all the embarrassment and all of that. But once she finally made up her mind, left and signed those papers, that's no longer your concern.
and Mar-
He's had those kids Thanksgiving, Christmas, and
mm-hmm.
that has to be a hurting feeling where you can't spend these major holidays with your
Mm-hmm.
children. She didn't impose on him.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, Maritha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Martell is a his thing is he want attention.
Mm-hmm.
He got mad when he didn't wish his daughters a happy birthday. He thought that because they love to play on emotions. That's one thing I can say about the narcissists. I don't know as much as anonymous know, but I know that they play on emotions. He was upset that it didn't bother the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They were having fun. They weren't thinking about whether he shouted out to them or reached out to them or not. And he saw that live. He saw them having fun, roller skating, having fun. They can't
Mm-hmm.
stand to see you happy. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They hate to see you happy. So he went over there trying to make a scene, get on the camera, show this I'm a good father image,
Oh
like
my
he
God.
always do, you know.
Always.
And when he saw it didn't work, he went into a rage because that's who Martell is.
Yeah. And you know what, Cheryl? I don't even think he was trying to hurt the kids. He was trying to hurt Mel.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
what
do
I
say
think too.
that narcissists use their children
Oh, for sure.
to get at the other parent. And Martell is doing that when he said he's gonna take the kids from her. That's all to get at her.
Absolutely.
So that's what they say narcissists are good for doing stuff like that. They're the most miserable, most low down people that you would ever want to lay your eyes on. Trust
Yes,
me.
they are. Yes, they are. I've dealt
You
with.
know, mm,
Go ahead,
you
Marie.
know, honestly, I don't think he was even there for the kids at all. He was there to see if whoever mailman is.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to see if that man was going to be there. Yeah, he wanted to be disruptive, and he thought maybe Mel would invite him in and say, "Oh no, come on, no, no, it wasn't your week. You have Christmas, you have
That's
Thanksgiving. She
right.
always got to do it either a week early or a week late. So let her have this." And he did. It wasn't about the children. It
No, I
wasn't
know you're
about
right,
Mel.
but
It
he's
was
gonna
about,
use them. He's gonna
of
use the
course.
children.
Of course, that's going to be his reasoning,
Mm-hmm.
and that okay, the girl's birthday was coming up. Why not have a birthday? Why not do something for them before their birthday like Mel do.
Mhm. I
Why
agree.
not do it? Why not do it like that? Why would you want to go there? Not only were you being disruptive to the children, to Mel, you were being disruptive to everybody that was there.
That's
But
right.
I think production had something to do with that because we all know what happened last season. So you got to know that this season, Mel was not playing with Martell because she knows every time Martell is in her presence, he always run back doing some girl like behavior. You go back, you get your baby mama to come at me, you
Mhm.
get your trolls. Even Sheree decided to throw a dig, and it's like, girl, she buy nothing. She can't pay. She don't own. Girl, you don't own nothing, but you trying to come at Mel. Girl, have a seat. Actually, have several of them.
Mhm. I agree with you. Let me ask Cheryl Howard back. Cheryl, is this you?
Yeah, Mama, it's me.
All
It's
right.
me. I got cut. I hit this. I hit something.
Okay, no problem. And then I have Chris Share.
Yes.
Okay, Chris Share.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have an echo, which
There's
means
an
you have
echo.
a second window open.
Okay.
So you need to close like the other YouTube that you have open.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, I'll mute your mic. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. Okay. And I'm sorry, who was that? Keontae, or was that you, Marita, that was talking?
Oh, that
No,
was
I don't
me.
know. That was her, but it's so sad that you come here and you be disruptive, and then you get in your truck and drive to Atlanta.
Like nothing happened. Like
I
that's
mean,
that's a
yeah.
psychopath.
And yeah, what alternate reality do you live in?
hmm That's a psychopath. You
He
know,
doesn't have a life.
yeah. And
And they
Keontae,
use
I
their.
don't think that production told Martell, in a sense, to go and disrupt. I think he knew that the cameras would be there filming, and I think just my personal opinion, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's why he showed
Hmm.
up. You
Oh
know,
And
yeah.
they use their children because you see he's trying to take the children from her so he can get child support. He can make his
hmm
But
pockets fat. So he is using the kids to a certain
but
degree.
let's be clear. All the outlandish things that Martell has done, um, his outbreaks, him going to social media, him video recording the children. He's making his case worse.
he
So
is.
even if the court wanted to give you the kids, you've done so many things that will even make them question giving these kids to you anyway.
They're gonna definitely question, did he hack that phone? They're gonna question that because
Oh, for
that's she
sure.
reported him for that. You know.
Oh, yeah,
So
for
so
sure.
But in the real world, Martell don't want them children. He love his kids, but he don't want them kids 24/7. He don't want to have to get up early in the morning to get those kids ready for school. He
no.
don't want to have to pack no lunches. He don't want to have to drop those kids off to school every day. He don't want to do the after school activities. He don't want to take all those kids grocery shopping, school shopping, whatever he has to do with those kids.
Hmm.
Martell is just trying to aggravate the hell out of Mill. That's
That's
what all Martell is trying to do.
it's
If
for
just in an alternate world, if the judge just happened to get those kids to Martell, I bet you Martell will run to Hawaii somewhere.
control.
He will get lost.
Yeah.
He'll make an excuse why. Well, I think the kids should be with their mom and this, that, and the other. Because Miss Merlina already said she don't do no hell of a babysitting like that.
Watching them cheer. She ain't
Right.
watching them cheer.
But don't.
I think that we all know that it's really for control. That's the last thing that Martell has that's a tie to Mel. Those kids.
Hmm.
Divorce is done. She left him. She's thriving without him and all of that. And he still wants to hurt her for leaving him.
But he think that that's not going to affect the kids. But later on down the road, it can affect them.
Oh, for sure.
It can affect them. The
For
things that
sure.
he's doing. Either they grow up and hate him, don't want to have nothing to do with him, or they get affected by what he does to the mother, what they see him do to the mother.
Yeah, he's in for a rude awakening. Let me
Yeah.
add Chris Share. Are you back? Let me unmute you. Chris Share. Okay, so you have your mic muted. Tasha Rains.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Okay,
Hello.
okay, 1 second. For share,
Yes, all right. Do you still hear the echo?
I do. Hold on, let me mute you and let me test it. Let me test it.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't know
Chris
what
Share,
I'm.
you may have to drop down and come back up.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and Tasha, what's your thoughts on Mr. Martell showing up unannounced, uninvited, all of the uns at the kid's birthday party?
I think he was looking for to see Mel's potential guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
also think he's trying to force her hand for her to show him,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't believe she is, and I hope she doesn't. Um, bring him out. But I think that's what Martell is trying to do.
Yeah. Well,
But I
my thoughts about that is I respect Mel, and considering what she went through with Martell publicly, I respect her for wanting to have her relationship privately. But if it's serious, if it's gonna lead, she dropped little hints as far as marriage and all of that. If it's leading towards that, screw Martell.
Exactly.
Screw Martell. He's gonna have to get over it. You know what I mean? She can't
Exactly.
be a prisoner her whole life because of Martell messing up.
He can see who he want, but she can't see who she want.
Right, right.
He need to
He
stop
done
that.
already had the kids around Sheree.
Thank you. It's with him.
Already.
It's always a double standard with him. She,
I
But
Mm-hmm.
have a question.
in a real world, in the real world, and with a real man, with an alpha man, Martell gonna have to take a second seat. If Mel just happened to want to bring her man out, and this man, he's not gonna stand for that. What Martell is trying to play
exactly.
right now, he's Martell is doing all this because Mel hasn't really come out with her man. But if Mel ever come out with that man, and I believe the man is a man's man, Martell ain't really ready to stand up to no real man.
Hmm. And
Most
that's
men
Now,
like him aren't. You know what I mean?
and,
They're tough with women, but yeah, most of them are scared. And yeah, I think that I don't know. Me personally, I think that Mr. Keith might just be the man
I think so
because
too.
there was no reason for him to mention Mel. You know,
And when she said she was manifesting. She said some things, and she said he's a professor. He's this, he's that, and I hear that man does teach a class. He is a professor.
yeah, professor at A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hannah Grace,
So
is this you?
Yes, it's me.
Hey, Hannah, thanks for joining
Hello.
us.
hello,
Thank
Hannah.
you. Hello,
Yeah,
everyone. Thank you.
I just don't see him.
Hey, Hannah.
I just don't see him mentioning, like I said, male in the same breath. Because if he had a personal issue, or if this was a councilman that got in trouble that's from Huntsville or whatever the case may be, there is no tie to male. He could have just made a post about the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Martell he's always been devious like that. And he
Yeah,
knows that she was trying to keep it a secret. So he's going to out her.
of course. And that man is 100 times the man he is. I pray she is with the councilman. Allegedly, I pray. Because
Mhm.
he is 100,000 times the man that Martell will ever be or want to be and could be.
Mhm.
Period. So
but you see, every time he try to out Mel, he always, it's like he drank poison and want Mel to die unalive herself.
Mhm.
So everything he do, it always backfire on him. You
Yeah,
know,
it does. It does. You
and
know,
he's a dummy.
yeah,
He's an absolutely crash car dummy.
yeah.
So
You
what do you guys think about that post that Carlos did earlier? Because I was in Mel's stories and she
Oh,
reposted that. So it makes me feel like what Martell did is affecting the show and has put Carlos in a bad position for
mhm.
me. The way that he was talking earlier, he was in to me, Carlos. he's kind of savvy with his words, just like Mel a little bit. And so when they're telling, they're like not telling, but they're telling. But in that sense, when Carlos released whatever he was feeling, that let me know that whatever is going on with that production or with that team, that it's affecting him as well. Now I believe that the head people have really stepped in and really, to me, have given Carlos an ultimatum on certain things dealing with this cast. Because when Mel reposted it, it let me know it may not be male, it may be other people on that cast.
He
Those cast members are affecting the way that this show can grow. Because if you think about it, there are a lot of talented people on that cast, right? But when you have so many toxic people, it eliminates the whole premise of the show, because everybody now is what's going on with Huntsville, because they've taken the premise of what they were trying to be, and now it's become drama. I mean, we kind of like it, but then at some point we're like, come on, Carlos, you need to make a call. And
Yeah.
even if you've allowed that line to be crossed so many times as well, because as their boss, they should never have that much direct contact with you where they feel entitlement in what it is that they're gonna do and what they're not gonna do. So I think he's in a bad position right now too, and I kind of feel like his job is on the line.
and what he
Yeah,
got
That's my
But
Carlos.
opinion.
Mel been
Yeah,
saying this for the longest though.
right. You got Carlos.
That post that he made, Mel been saying that for the longest. That's
right,
why she's separating herself from people, you
right.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to come out with that now, I do believe he probably is in some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But why now when it's affecting you when Mel been saying this all along?
Yeah, and I saw the post when Carlos posted it, even before Mel, put it in her stories. And I took it where it could possibly be in relation to love and marriage Huntsville. But I also took it as a message of exactly what it was. Sometimes you outgrow people, sometimes you have to leave people behind. Like the message said, they may not have done anything to you. So who he was talking about in particular, I don't know, but yeah, it definitely could be in relation to this. And if he's smart, he would outgrow the antics of Martell.
That's
He
what I'm saying.
should have
That's
done
what's
that.
causing the problem. That he's the one who's causing the whole problem. You can't be backstage tearing stuff up. You can't be backstage acting crazy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm like y'all. I believe Carlos is in trouble with the higher ups. They're sick of Martell antics. When Martell showed his behind, um, when they didn't show it at the reunion, when he all the attacks he done attacked Mel, and when it's like they just do what they want to do. How you go to work and tell your boss you clock in, and you tell your boss I'm just gonna clock in, but I ain't gonna do no work. I
Right.
ain't here to work. I'm just here to, to collect the check. You can't. Don't tell me to do nothing. Don't tell me. Just don't tell me to do nothing. Just like the Scots, we here, but we're not going to share in our business,
Personal life.
our personal business. You ain't even share any of your professional business.
Mm.
You haven't really even shared any of that. And then you got Kimmy saying, "Don't ask me about Maurice coming in 4:30 in the morning, sweetheart. When a man come in, ain't nothing open 4:30 in the morning but
But
the emergency room, the Waffle House, and the liquor store.
and legs.
So and legs. So we might get the wrong idea, honey. With 4:30 in the morning, we done already picture what he was doing.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you gonna tell your boss you don't want to talk about this and don't want to talk about that. And I just believe when Martell showed his behind at that reunion, that was an awakening. Carlos, he done seen it, but this time he saw it for
Mm.
real. He saw that the maniac that Martell really is.
Mm,
And as far as going to those kids, allegedly going to those kids' birthday parties, unannounced, uninvited, if production did that, had something to do with that, then whoever suggested that need to be called out and possibly need to be fired.
yeah, I agree.
Because
Let me,
because
Marita, I don't
go
mean,
ahead.
let me just get Caramel Rail. Let me get the people backstage up. Caramel, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Hi, Caramel.
Hello.
Hey,
I I
Grandma.
have Nora. Are
Hey.
you there, Nora?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right. And L'Oreal.
Hey.
Hello. We got a full house. And I'm sorry, Marita. Go ahead and finish your statement.
No, I'm just saying, Carlos, how he know Martell is a lunatic on the loose, but now at that reunion, I don't know what he did at that reunion, and it had Carlos wasn't crying because he was really concerned about Martell. Carlos was crying because he's afraid of Martell.
Hmm.
Did you see how everybody, when the commercial break came back, how Tisha hold her hands like she feared for her life, and Kimmy, she done sat back now because I don't know what this lunatic gonna do right now. And everybody done seen how Martell behaved now, but this time when a woman say I'm done, I don't even like the man I got children with, that really affected Martell.
Oh,
That hurted him to his core. That embarrassed him. So whatever happened, he went back there. He tore that place to shreds. He
Mm-hmm.
was mad. He
Mm-hmm.
was mad, mad.
allegedly.
Can't be tearing stuff up.
Yeah, allegedly.
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 Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
Allegedly.
agree. We saw from his initial reaction when Mel walked out and he claimed Holt. Her name is still Holt. The man still wants her. And a man like Martell just cannot take rejection well at all. So I agree, Maritha, when she said, I don't even like him,
Hmm.
that's deep.
Yeah.
And for her to even get to that point, because most people can be cordial after a divorce, especially if you have kids and depending on the messiness. But everything has settled in with Mel as far as everything that she went through with Martell, everything she went through with Coleslaw. The other women, I wouldn't like his ass either. Period.
And then on top of everything he does, he has the audacity to ask, can he bring coleslaw on the show?
Yeah.
Everything he's done on top of everything else.
I think he just told her that,
Yeah,
honestly.
because
He's
she
an
done that show.
abuser.
That's right. Hannah Grace, and I'm sorry, you were next. What's your thoughts, Hannah?
Yes. Thank you so much, QT. Chit chat. I'm sorry. I'm calling you. I'm sorry. Everyone, hello. Listen, what I think is that when if it's true that he showed up at the girl's birthday party, and we still don't know that to be factual,
Allegedly. Mhm.
that he got mad if they put him out. He was uninvited. I don't know how he got the invitation or got the address or whatever. He probably snooped around to get that. So if that's the case, then he went a couple of days later and put Mel's name in a post. And
Mhm.
they had already agreed not to, say anything negative about each other on social media. Didn't they come together and make that agreement? I think that's why nobody has been talking about any of the other cast members on social media. But Martell always gotta break the rule, and
Yeah.
because he's jealous, and he still think that Mel owed him something. Mel owes him absolutely nothing but dust. He cannot get that through his thick skull. To and I'm sure that guy is handsome, Kevin, and I sure hate that happened to him.
Definitely.
If he made a mistake, whatever the situation is, and then for Martell to blast it out on social media like that, he was wrong for that too. So I'm hoping that it all works out for him, and I'm hoping QT. I mean, hey, let's go ahead on and get that information out. You say you're gonna put it out tomorrow. You got some
Ooh.
DMs. I can't wait. I'll be looking for
Yeah,
that.
it's like I said, it was just some little sleuths, some private eyes, and not officially private eyes, just millimeters that's doing their due diligence to try to piece these two together. And what I was saying is like spot on. So yeah, that'll be coming tomorrow. As far as Mr. Keith, what I heard that he spent over $500 in Walmart. So if you're gonna spend five, what's an extra $20? So I do
Nothing.
think that it was an honest mistake. If you go to even like the Huntsville news stations on YouTube, especially what's going on Facebook groups and all of that, he has a lot of support. They say that he stands for the people, and we know how some of these small towns can be. They said that he stood up to the good old boys, and I'm sure you guys know what the good old boys are. I'm
Mhm.
on a block with 98% good old boys, where I live. So, I understand exactly how it could be. They're against them. Martell is just a hater.
Yep.
Now, I
Yep.
will,
Just
let
a
me say this though. I do think that, well, I was on a blog the other night and somebody said Mel's cousin say that he is not her boyfriend.
Hannah,
So if he's not, then
Hannah,
that means,
Hannah,
uh-huh.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Hannah,
can.
I can hear TV
Yeah,
that's up loud in the background.
yeah.
It's not me. I'm not sure who it is.
okay, someone has a TV. Okay,
Everyone has to mute until they start talking.
yes. And Anonymous, real quick, is this you?
I think it was me typing. How y'all doing?
Oh, it was Anonymous.
Hello,
Sorry,
Hey, Anonymous.
you could even get
Anonymous.
up here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
And
guys. I'm sorry. I was just getting in for a couple of minutes. I ain't gonna hold you long. So what is going on?
hold
No,
up. Let me finish this. Let me finish this one statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still hearing background? I
nope.
was just going to say, if they're not dating, then that means that they have a real close business relationship that Martell is very jealous of, and they're getting ready to do something big in Huntsville, and he just can't stand it because he can't get his hands. He won't be a part of it, and that's what he's mad about. If it's not the other, they're not dating, one or the other.
Can I say something?
Get
This
over
is
it.
Caramel. Can I say something?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Go
Hi,
ahead,
guys.
Caramel.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey,
I wanted to
Mel.
say
Hey,
hi.
Caramel.
Hi. I just wanted to say this. I think Martell knows exactly the type of person that Melody is looking for in terms of a significant other, because that's what she tried to conform him into be
Mm-hmm.
when she first met him. Okay, she cleaned him up, she got his teeth fixed, she tried to, teach him how to speak, stand up beside her and speak and be noticed, and have a certain caliber about him. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever she tried to pour into him, he knows what she's looking for in terms of that type of man.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of this Devin Keith guy, Martell knows who he is, because I posted on my page where he has taken pictures of he, Melody, and Martell
Mm-hmm.
together. And Martell was standing there smiling. So he knows exactly who this person is. He's been around him. He knows that how smart he is. This man flips real estate. Everybody knows that Melody has purchased this 47 acres. So it's no coincidence that they may be, like they said, doing some type of business situation. If
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, that's getting ready to make her make a lot of money. And Martell like that, because he is not going to be a part of getting any of that money.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
if they're dating, that
Mm,
definitely bothers him, because Martell knows that this person is the person that he could never be. Like you said,
Exactly.
he's hating.
mhm.
Hallelujah.
That's why he showed up there, because he wanted to make sure. And in terms of him making that post about Mr. Devin, it was a post and delete, because he was already told in court that he was not to post any negative conversations or any post negatively about Melody or
Exactly.
as it related to the two of them. So that's why he did a quick post and delete. But he don't know we do screenshots, right?
Quickly.
He don't
Exactly.
Do it
understand we do
quickly.
screenshots. So Martell has been able to manipulate just about everybody on Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. I look at Stormy, who used to be very good friends with Melody, who is now on Martell's side. She was standing there
Mm-hmm.
holding the upscale magazine picture in the picture at Black.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny, everybody that was friends with Melody are now turning against Melody and are enemies to her now. And ever since she sat on that stage at the reunion and said that she ain't fooling with nobody, that means filming as well. So some people's storylines are going to be cut because all
Exactly.
last season and seasons before that, Melody was their storyline.
Go ahead.
So that's going to force them to have to talk about their stuff now. And Martell is scrambling. That's why he reached back with his upscale magazine shoot.
I
That's
agree.
why he reached back with his birthday party. That's a whole month old.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Now, Caramel, I saw this picture too. Oh no, what happened? Hold on. Okay. So I saw this picture floating around as well.
Mhm.
Doesn't it look like Martell is presenting the power couple with an award?
Yeah.
Look
He
at
looked
Devin
like
and look at Devin Keith's hand behind Mel's back.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fine, baby. Woo.
Oh, me.
Devin.
That's all I
I
got.
love
Look at that length, y'all. Look at that length. No Vienna sausage. Amen.
Oh,
it.
anonymous.
And his
My
pants
goodness.
ain't
And
tight either.
Miss Van, Mel's mama already said that he is good trouble. So that says a lot.
Yes.
Oh God, I would love to be in
Yes.
trouble with him. Ooh, child.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna remove him. I just wanted to share him because
Right,
I eat
Devin.
candy. Now
Right,
somebody
Devin.
said that his body is not as masculine as Martell.
So
Um
what? So
this
what?
man is some pictures that's floating around, some of them are older. It matches up with that shoulder that we all
Yes.
it
Yes.
matches
Who
up.
cares what they think about Vienna
Right.
sausage?
Everybody else
Exactly.
doesn't want to be a muscle man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'll
Be no
take
muscle.
brains over muscles any day. Give me
There
brains over muscles.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead,
All
Caramel.
right, and I'm gonna close. Let me
I
go.
take literacy over muscles. I'll take
That's
that.
right.
I
And it's
still don't think that's the man either though. I'm sorry. I think they do a business together. I think he's been an associate of the cast, just haven't been on the show.
Mhm.
And someone that she's known. But I think that whoever she's dating, I don't think they have nothing to do with Huntsville, honestly. And I wouldn't blame her.
Mm.
Because that's what I would do.
And the only reason why I even question her dating someone from where she is, think about it. It's small there. Everybody knows everybody. So she knew the minute she decided to step out to be with, if that is him, because I'm kind of on the edge. I don't know if that's him because the guy that's in that picture, his skin is just a tad bit darker, just a tad
he
bit
likes
darker.
Which
like
could be which could be filters as well. You can
Which, yes,
because he like
which can be filtered, but I just don't believe that Mel would still date somebody that possibly knows Martell or has dealings or has had dealings with
And
her
he
and
and
Martell.
not only
Kit Kat,
Martell, he
that is
know
fine,
everybody.
baby.
from
Oh,
this
Jesus.
time.
Lord.
oh, he's so fine. Woo!
I'm
But
sorry,
I'm
Dallas.
sorry. I was gonna say he know everybody. I went back and saw Destiny commenting on his post on Instagram saying Happy Father's Day years ago.
Well, you know
Wow.
what? And I respect what you're saying, Keontae, but this is my thing. That's her home base. That's her hometown. That's where her kids are. She knows that she can't leave right away just because of what she's going through with Martell. And I don't think that Martell should be a factor in any decision
Exactly.
that Neil wants for her own life. So
Exactly.
if her and this guy is dating, good for her.
Thank you.
That's again letting Martell control her
What
life.
you exactly.
Martell.
But see
Right. And
the difference between Mel and Martell. Mel got sense enough to go out of town, go out the country
That's
when
right.
she wanna. She don't go to Atlanta. She don't go to whatever the neighboring town is in Huntsville. She go to Aruba. She go to Jamaica. She go to like she almost like to kick them out the house and start the car for them to get them the hell away from the house. So
Mm-hmm.
Mel know how to be discreet. Martell don't know how to be discreet. Martell don't
right.
care. And see that's the difference between him and Mel. It's not that she's hiding, but she's being private because she know okay,
Yes.
Huntsville, I don't know how big it is. It seems to be a relatively not that small, but a not that big either. So, and some of the older women in my family always say, when you're gonna do something, don't do it where you live. Go some see that's why I love Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, and maybe Key West.
Mm-hmm.
Cause ain't
But
nobody
it's
gonna know what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with.
But
When you
remember,
broke, you ain't. But when you
Mel
broke, you
said
ain't
that
got that money to be traveling like that. Like Martell, Martell
Exactly.
ain't got that money
He
to
ain't
be
got no money
traveling like
like
right.
that.
that. Exactly.
So
And
he
remember,
got to be in Huntsville or Atlanta.
That's
yeah, because even Mel said that even if that she said that we would never find out who he was. So if someone is saying that, that lets me know she probably wouldn't date. But not only that, Mel said in another live that she wants to live in LA. So if you're dating somebody that's from Huntsville and he's a big councilman, there's no way that if he's sitting in that position and whatever's going on between Mel and Martell, let's say everything works out and she's able to relocate. There's probably no way that's going to work out if you think about. I'm just saying. I'm thinking as
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
Are you
and
sure she's trying to relocate to LA?
She
right.
said it in her live that she wanted
Right.
to purchase
That,
a
right.
home
That's
there.
a
I
desire
think
of
she want to
her.
purchase a home, but I think she's going to have multiple homes. I
Well,
don't think
you
it's just
guys,
one.
right, and you guys know that was one of the questions that her and I touched on. Naturally, that's her desire because of her acting, because of her singing, and all of
mm-hmm,
that. But she already said she would still have a home base in,
mm-hmm, in Huntsville.
I'm sorry, in Alabama. My
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it's all alleged, but please do not discredit how low Martell will go to
Exactly.
Mel. Now,
Exactly.
Mel did say she was going to keep it private up until this point. If it is true, it was. I took two things when it comes to that. Mel hasn't confirmed nor denied, and
Hmm.
it's been 3, 4 days,
Exactly.
and the support that Miss Van stepped out to show Mr. Keith. So
Exactly.
she is more power to her. Again, she does not have to reorganize her whole life, or if she happened to meet up with this guy again, they sat down and talked and they wanted to continue on or see where this goes. It's nothing wrong with that.
And
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
Martell. Please.
Let me hear
I
from
think you have a golden opportunity, Chit Chat. He look at it this way. He was only local. You can take this lemon and make it lemonade.
Thank you.
I don't, because I mean, I almost got had theft at Walmart. Who has it? Just like,
look.
I think you can take it.
Yeah. I was just telling my cousin, she watches, and she's not in my chat, but she watches my videos as well. But she's a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan. Well, I drink these clear American waters, and I had 4 or 5 cases of them. I also brought a cartridge for my printer. Well, when I got out to my car, the cartridge was in between the cases of, like, let's say Coke cases or whatever. And I didn't scan it. So number one, that made me stop a lot of things. I went back in and I paid for it, but now I will wait at a checkout line no matter what. A lot of people, and they were saying this in a lot of posts about Devin Keith. A lot of those self checkouts, especially in, let's say, majority black neighborhoods, whatever the case may be, there is setup. So if you have to stand in line and get on your phone or watch a YouTube video, let the people that get paid to scan your items scan your items. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
And you would never see a Walmart. You would never see a
This
Walmart in a
yeah.
black
So
area.
let me ask Nora. Nora has been back, been waiting. Nora, are you still there?
Yes, honey, I'm still here. Hi, QT.
Hello, hello. What's your thoughts on everything?
Gorgeous. Hi, everybody. First off, girl, I got some thoughts. Okay. So I want to touch on Destiny for a second, and I'll go back to Martell's bald head, small head ass. So Destiny clearly is embarrassed behind Anthony, so I think that's why she's acting out, and I do believe that she is fighting for some sort of notoriety, possibly to, I don't know, rile up the fans that she does have to be on the show. In terms of Martell, I've dealt with a Martell. Okay, this is not love. Some people want to romanticize, oh, he can't get over Melody. He still wants her. He wants control over her. He wants to keep his claws in her. And I mistook this type of person for a loving person too. They're possessive. It's not love. He wants to possess her. He hates that he does not have what he thought he had and what he had for years, probably, right? he tells her to jump. She says how high. He forgot that he was dealing with somebody with sense. I believe that Melody stroked his ego, and he over time really started to believe that she's covering for me. She's making me look like an amazing, powerful businessman, because she doesn't want, what does that make her look like as a powerful businesswoman, to have a bum right on her arm? I believe that she did whatever she had to do to make her man look reputable, and he started to believe that's who he actually was. Mel left, she dipped out, and he still tried to move like he was reputable, and it all fell down. That's what I believe, and we're about to see something really crazy from him, because he doesn't have the control he thought he had. He's not able to spin the narrative as effectively as he has been able to before. He's going to act out in ways we've never seen before. That's what I believe.
I agree, Nora. Let me, and I want to respond to you, but let me acknowledge this super chat. Thank you, Monica McCoy. And Monica put, man, you got airhead. Go make it work with her. How does she not see that she was just a yes, ma'am? Where is she? I got a video I'll be dropping about her in a couple days. Where is she? All that stuff that she talked.
Where is she?
Another thing, there was a couple people trying to get backstage. We are at we was at a full house. Somebody just dropped down. I'm not sure who. But Nora, I totally agree with you. I too have dealt with a narcissist before we even started saying the word narcissist. And it's all about control. All about control.
Complete.
Yeah. And I think that, and I'm praying that this is not the case. Number one, I don't understand what's taking so long with this court case. It's one of the longest cases I've seen as far as child custody. But I think
because it's Alabama.
Yeah. But I think that if things do not go his way, it could potentially be a mess. And I'm hoping
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all
into existence. But let's say the judge takes into account everything this man has done and said, social media, the side chick, and then let's say the judge decides to give Mel full custody. I'm scared. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, for real. And I'm not trying to overtalk anyone. I'll say this and I'll let whoever needs to speak. I'm going to be very clear and very real. People are watching what we see on Dateline play out. And Anonymous has said this on multiple occasions, but I'm saying it because I've lived through it. They can be very charming, but it's all an ulterior motive behind it to get people to rally up behind them so that when they do what they're going to do, because they can't control themselves, when they do what they're going to do, people can sit up there and be their enablers. So they do know how to rally people to be their enablers. But Mel, I hope that she continues to do what she has been doing. I do trust that she's a strong woman. I don't take that away from her, no matter what she has, endured. However, this man is a loose cannon. He can't be controlled. So I don't know what Carlos is talking about. I know fake when I see fake, and those were performative tears. I'll leave that there. I've heard people say he was scared. Okay, I think it was performative. I've seen people enable people like that, and they'll go to lengths to protect them because it's in them too. There are traits inside of Martell that he identifies with. That's even scarier. But I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
You know what? And I've been one that I've dropped little hints in there. I just made a video the other day that said Martell is a candidate for a Lifetime movie. That's what I meant. I've mentioned the Dateline as well. I just don't want to speak anything into existence, but I totally agree with you. It's scary.
Yes.
And his side.
I'm only saying it to bring awareness because some people don't understand what they're watching. I didn't know what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was dealing with, and I'm alive to speak to y'all today.
Right.
There was no physical. There was no physical until it was. Yeah. And that was the first and last time, because that could have been my last time, And so I'm out and I'm grateful, but I love Mel because of all of this,
Yeah, I agree with you. And we have to just keep Mel in prayer when it comes to that, but that's been a thought of mine for quite some time, especially with Coleslaw, how he trained her basically to hate as well. And we can go back and reference the Lorena Bobbitt, or what's the girl that, not Lorena Bobbitt, Joey Buttafuoco's Amy Fisher. I think that.
Woo! Yes. Oh my God.
So she took that anger out on the wife that had nothing to do with what her and the husband had going on. So yeah,
But
that.
this,
I say something.
right,
This is
but you see,
Caramel.
Sure, go ahead.
What I was noticing with the situation with Carlos and Martell is able to manipulate a lot of people. A lot of people don't realize it. He's not very smart, book smart, but in terms of being manipulative, he is very manipulative. He has that down pat.
yeah,
Okay. He's able to do that with Carlos, because like Carlos said at the reunion that and I mentioned it earlier, that Carlos was saying that Martell constantly calls him and texts him all the time to tell him about his stuff and what's going on. So he's got Carlos to the point to where he feels sorry for Martell versus seeing the narcissistic, dangerous person that he is. Okay. Now they're trying to paint this whole narrative this season with him seeing a therapist, which that's a whole lie. He was ordered to see a therapist and he hasn't done that.
exactly.
Martell has no intentions of trying to better himself. He is only trying to continue to sneak around and do what he's doing and be unnoticed. And continue to manipulate those around Melody, who she thought was her friend. But like he said at the reunion, if you're her friend, don't be her friend, because it's not going to last. And that type of mess. And he's been able to do that with Sheree as well. Because I posted today on my live where Sheree kind of came for Melody in a negative, sneaky little post, which I thought was very inappropriate. Okay,
Now, I was
Melody
gonna
was
ask
not
you
even
about
talking
that.
about her.
Yeah.
But Sheree
Rail,
comes
I
back.
was going to ask you about that because somebody put it in the comments. What exactly did she do?
Melody she just made a post. You know how she go on and do just random posts, and Sheree came back with checkers not chess is what
Yeah,
she was saying, and it was right after Melody posted her post saying, if you don't protect the queen, you have to remove the queen. I have to look at it because I don't remember verbatim, but Sheree came back with a smart comment as she was replying to Melody, and I don't even think it was to Sheree. But I was saying that I felt like Martell has been able to sit back and manipulate Sheree as he's done with Ariane in terms of turning that hate into, because Melody said she never had an issue with Sheree, that she thought Sheree was a nice girl. She's known Sheree for some years, but because she's with Martell and hanging around her, she's been on that telly juice, and now she's acting crazy.
telly juice.
You see her face in that picture? She just looked like those people, not to be funny, that they were peasants and she was the queen. Like her energy was like, I don't even want to be here with these people, but I'm here because I kind of got to be. And my thing is, Carlos King, are you paying Sheree under the table to do these events with Martell? Because her energy tells me that she don't even like him. She can't even stand him. And even his energy to her, like they have no chemistry. When you with somebody, I don't care if you've been with them 2 seconds, you're going to know that this is my man and I'm his boo and I'm rat-a-tat-tat right there with him. We get nothing from them. We get not even friends. It's just I'm dealing with him just because he really didn't want Sheree. He really wanted Kenya.
Sheree is not no come up though. She's not no come up. She's nothing about Sheree as a come up. She's a fake. She's fraud. She got the fashion line out. People can't get their merchandise. They say customer service is bad. She's really not no come up. She's just one empty-headed 53-year-old woman that's just like has the mind of an 18-year-old. Like,
Anonymous, and I'm sorry guys, give me 1 second. Anonymous, I was just coming to you. You dropped down. Hopefully you will come back. You gotta go back to work. Okay. Come back when you can. You know what, guys, as far as Sheree, we know her choices in men is just, I can't even say anything. We started with Bob, then we had Tyrone, and you know what I'm saying? So she doesn't seem to have a good choice of character or doesn't care about it.
And allegedly,
Michelle is not concerned about Sheree.
Yeah, she's thinking about her.
Yeah, and I agree with Caramel. The Mel even said, or whoever said it, she said she didn't have a problem with her at home at all. But sometimes when when they doing what they doing in the bedroom, that can make you just forget everything. And She
And
could
she might
be the next Ariana.
and she might be jealous of Mel too. Because I mean she is
Yeah.
53, looking at a young, vital, beautiful woman. So she's jealous too. I think she's jealous.
But
Hmm.
the problem is Martell is such a big manipulator. He has, I think it's more, he's not really showing his affection toward Sheree, and I think that they do have a relationship. This is just what I think, but he is just not showing it because he using the excuse that his baby mama is a nutcase and that she's gonna go off. So he's using them both against each other. That way he won't have to commit to either one of them. But he got Coleslaw hanging on the string, and he got Sheree. Don't he never gonna have no one woman? I
Well,
don't think.
And
Coleslaw,
they choose that though.
yeah, Coleslaw is a fool because after
Yeah.
all these years, 9, 10 years, you got to open to the public event. And if you still coming around my house, you don't have to give me an invite. If it's open to the public, I'm showing up. So
Hmm.
that just shows her mentality.
But
She's always been like a little girl to me, late teen, 19, maybe 20
yeah.
year old. She's
But
in.
the problem is, this is the problem that she have, is that Martell he may be allegedly telling her, look, I got to do this for the show.
Come on
I'm
now. She's
doing
been
this to
doing
get
that for 10
ABC.
years.
Yeah, he's doing it because he need the money. He's doing it because Sheree, he's probably telling her that he's using Sheree. And I guarantee you, if they both get together and talk about what Martell telling them, they both will be shocked.
Yeah, well, if she's a fool, if she's
Yeah.
still falling for that,
You
because that's
falling
what
for
he told her all while this show first started. It's just the show. It's for the show. We acting,
exactly.
and come on now, when are you
Please.
gonna be smart enough? You know what I mean? Come on.
But y'all hear some of the stuff she say though. She be saying, "Y'all don't know, do you? You know now. You know now." All the foolishness. But
Yeah,
that's what he's telling her, and she's actually believing it.
well, some of us it's like I'm from the show me state. That's what I was saying. I'm not from it, but you got to show me. So if you're
Exactly.
showing me that you're willing to do anything for a coin, I don't want you. If you showing me that I can't be seen publicly with you, I don't want you. So
Exactly.
it's enough is enough. If she's still falling for it, she's a fool. I'm sorry, but let me add, Robin Love, are you backstage? Robin Love.
Yes. How y'all?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine tonight. How's everybody doing?
Good,
So,
good. Thank you for joining us. What's your thoughts on the conversation thus far? We're still on the first topic of Mr. Martell.
okay. So I just wanted to say what I heard on the curb, and it was about the
Okay,
party
say
that
allegedly. Say allegedly.
allegedly what I heard was when Destiny was going off, the Fletchers were very calm, and they were saying, we spoke to the owner of the house. And then the lady said something like, "Oh, I heard that there was a bid on it." So that's what she was getting really, really pissed off about, because that's what they were talking. That's how they were talking to her, real calm. Nobody was animated. She got animated when, especially when Mr. Fletcher said, "We spoke to the owner of the home. It was an open house. Anyone could film. Anyone that came in could film. Uh, this has nothing to do with you." I mean, and she just, "I live there. My child lives there. People know where I live," and making that. She's a squatter. He didn't say it, I'm sure, but I heard that was the calmness coming from the Fletchers.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And I'm glad you said that. I got a video dropping in the morning about Destiny and the incident, as far as a little more geared towards her husband. So the calmness, that explains a lot, because like I said, it couldn't have been my husband.
Yeah,
Period.
they were totally calm. She was the one who was animated. That was clearly, and we didn't even really hear what was happening, or
Mhm.
I didn't. But you could tell that she was clearly just animated. You
She's
know?
upset because she's been exposed. I mean, you
Ugh.
got on live and you were lying about the house, that
Exactly.
you were the owner of the house, but in fact, you weren't the owner, and you're upset.
Completely agree.
But when you buying a house, if I'm looking for a house now, when I go looking at the house, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to be in and out the closets, the garage, the bathroom. I'm going to imagine myself living in this house. So I don't know where Destiny feels privileged that it was a big ordeal. It was an open house. When it's an open house, in and everybody can come in. If I drive by and I want to go in the house, I can do that.
My,
Exactly, Keontae. And I have that, all of what you just said, you'll hear tomorrow in the video.
I
I think that
cannot
that's
wait.
what
I
she
cannot
just
wait.
does not seem to get. That wasn't Chris's place to walk through an open house with everybody. If it was a private showing, that's a different thing. That was an open house.
And my question is, how long do she think LaBarrick is going to keep taking care of her? How
Yeah,
long she think she's going to keep depending on this man? This man, he got a separate life now. It's over.
that's right. That's in my video tomorrow too.
And everyone who
Latanya, I have Latanya backstage.
Yes.
Hi, Latanya.
Hey, hey, hello, chat. How y'all doing?
Hi, thanks for joining us. And real
Yes, yes.
get
I'm gonna
started.
drop off, ladies. I'm
Give
gonna
me
drop
one
off. Good
second,
night.
ladies.
I'm gonna drop off and let somebody else come in. Y'all have a good time. Talk to you
Okay,
later.
Robin. Thank you so
Bye.
much for joining us. Thank you.
You're welcome,
Real
baby.
quickly, ladies, to the 974 that's watching, I thank you guys so much. If you can please make sure to hit the like button for me, it is free. Latanya, what's your thoughts on the discussion? And then we're gonna go to another topic as well.
First of all, Destiny is embarrassed because the whole world know about her tickler. The whole world know that she's a squatter, and she just ain't got nothing going on. And she had on the Miss Monster's dress, what she had on. Yeah, Martell is a clown. I had one of those,
Mm,
and it was hell getting rid of him. The only reason I got rid of him, he went to jail.
mm, okay.
It
Okay.
was it was terrible. You talking about blocking my car where I can't leave, but I don't want to go back on that with me because I'm past that. You know, I'm at my peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Love in Huntsville, the show sucks to me. It's too much stuff going on. It's nobody real but Mel. No
Yeah.
one has nothing going on. I'm sick of Destiny. I'm sick of, I call him a smurf. He's a clown and he's a loser. And
Who's
Cherie,
that? Who's that you
and
talking about? Marcel?
Cherie, she ain't got no life. She's barely living in her house. She ain't got no job. If she didn't work for a housewife of Atlanta, she won't be doing nothing. Where's the closing line? It's none of that. And what gets me, everybody trying to start some kind of line.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
don't get that. So
That's
everything to me is just copycat. That's all I had to say, y'all. I don't want to be on here long. I'm one of the ones to be in the chat. I come in every now and then, but it was good to talk to y'all. But I just wanted to put my little feet in on them fools.
Oh, well, I thank you, Latanya, and make sure you come back. I agree with you. Now, you said somebody else was a clown outside of Martell. Who was you talking about? Marcel?
Oh,
Or
he been a clown. He looked like a funny dude. He looked like a funny dude, and he was trying to hide in the back because he really don't want to be seen. I didn't understand that. Much as you on here going back and forth with women, now they take a big group picture, you trying to hide.
Yep, he was stuck in the back.
Yeah, and Anthony, he was on his TikTok and he drawed a little stick man and put Moses on there for Destiny.
Where is Moses, child? We need to
Exactly.
be on him.
You can't come out, ladies. I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in. I'm enjoying this and all of it. I just got off Carmel's show today, and I commented on that. I like you ladies because y'all come with it raw and real, and that's what I like.
Well,
I don't listen to all of the bloggers because some of them just repeating the same thing that's been already said. And some of it sound like it's made up, but that's just me in my opinion. So I have certain ones I listen to. When I start listening to some of the bloggers and they start saying stuff and it don't make sense, I gotta go.
Yeah, you get what you get out of some, and or whatever.
Exactly.
Move on. Well,
And to
I
be honest with you, ladies, it ain't but a handful of y'all that I listen to. And I mean, when that notification go on, I don't care what I'm looking at. I gotta go see what's going on.
well, I'm glad to be a part of your number.
Yes, ma'am. I could call it out, but I'm not gonna do that though.
Oh no, we don't do that over here.
I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't dare do that because I do listen to them. I do give them a like, but I go away too that quick.
Yeah, not, like I
No,
said,
I wouldn't dare. I'm 61 years old.
are
I'm a
you?
great grandmother, and one thing I don't do is play games and talk behind people's back.
Yeah,
Period. I'm
yeah.
gonna say what I'm gonna say, and that's what it is.
I feel you. I
But
feel
I
you.
enjoyed you, ladies. I'm gonna go and drop down so somebody else can come up and talk.
Well, I enjoyed you too, and thank you so much. Make sure to hit the link going forward.
Oh, no problem. I always hit it. I wish I could hit it more than one time.
Yeah. All right, Latanya. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let me acknowledge Julia Taylor. Julia, thank you so much for the super chat. You say you love the channel. Thank you. And did Stormy get a nose job? Well, I haven't paid that much attention. I'll definitely go look at some pictures. You can contour with your makeup. Maybe that was it as well. But I'll take a look and see. Let me add one more person, guys. And then who else? Cheryl, did I get everybody as far as you guys talking? I have Lizette Taylor.
Hi, hi. Good evening, everyone. How are you today?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm blessed and not stressed. I just want to know how long that Martell trying to give CPR to that dumb line magazine.
Oh my goodness. It's been 2 months.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody know about it, and he's still trying to revive it. It's DOA. We already know he told so many lies, and we're not even interested. Who cares about his birthday? I'm like Mel with his funky old shoes on. He's wearing the same thing all over again. He needs to get some dress lessons from Chris Fletcher.
Chris Fletcher could dress, can't he?
Yeah, and he's a nice looking guy too.
Yeah,
But
he is.
Destiny, she needs to rock out and try to do something else that's different. Those candles that she's selling is on another website for $2.99. I wish somebody would pay $40 for her candle. She needs to get to the bottom line, get up on out that house and stop being a squatter and just stop lying. Maybe she needs to just, meditate and dig within and stay off the show. She's trying to get famous and ride everybody coattail. And I'm so tired of Stormy too. Stormy, you just see her rocking with, it's just, I just don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah, it seems that, and I agree with you as far as Stormy. It seems like she is a part of the clique. I should say. And I'm just curious to see going forward how all of this is going to turn out. Now, I do know that Mill mentioned the Tea Party, and I did see Chris Fletcher's wife in her outfit for the Tea Party as well. But no one else made any or any post or anything like that. So I'm wondering if that was something separate from the rest of them. It's just,
I think it was something separate from the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I really do like Lou and Tiffany. I really do like them. I think it's a little bit more to the story. They just started off a little bit on the wrong footing. So I think now that they've gotten accustomed to how the show is ran, I think that they can show a little bit more. I really think that they had a good storyline of two people coming together, remarried and rebuilding another life together.
Yeah.
So I think that was interesting. I'd be glad when Tisha and Marceau get off the show because all they know how to do is lie and negate their issues because we already know he's cheating and all Letitia running to do is going to Dr. Miami in Miami to fix herself, and Miss Wanda, somebody gonna call the board of health on her with those pig feet in them greens. That's against the law right there. Who else left? Oh, Kimmy and I think that Kimmy just needs to go ahead and cut her losses with him because you can see he's the great manipulator.
Yeah, I see that in him too. Naturally he tried to be a little more touchy-feely and loving and all of that this season with what she's going through. But I don't know. I just don't see it for Maurice. So I agree.
Me either. And then Marceau he did a post saying some people have fake businesses and real businesses. Why don't they talk about that real lawsuit that they lost?
Mm.
That part.
Oh, they lost that?
Well, they lost one, and then that the
Let-
$5 million they still in lawsuit with that one. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, I agree.
And, and,
You
and
know,
they not speaking. And then what's up with Inez Wine? Martell is not. He's not doing any publicity on that, and also teaching them with that black in the bottle. They're not doing no publicity either.
yeah. Yeah. Now, who is that? Oh, that was Anthony. When Anthony went to Black and he purchased the bottles of the, what is
Well,
it?
they're letting them purchase whatever that they already have in
Right.
stock.
That's
They
what
can
it
continue to
seems.
sell. But if you order anything else online, per the company that's in France, they're not allowing them to put their labels on their bottles anymore due to the fact of the lawsuit and all the bad publicity that they've been getting.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, yes, correct.
I feel you. Well, I guess we will have to wait and see what's going on with that. See how that all turns out. Miss J, thank you so much for the super sticker. And guys, my next topic was really destiny. Like I said, I got a video that I'm dropping on it, but we all seem to have made, well, some of us. Keontae, what's your thoughts on Destiny being upset with Chris Fletcher? Do you think rightfully
She
so?
don't have she don't have no reason to be upset with Chris Fletcher because he was hired to do a job by her ex-husband. He gave her ample amount of time to get her credit fixed so that she could refinance the home. And I'm pretty sure the reason why he's probably really, really enforcing it is maybe he already has a home and he's having to pay mortgage on too. And he's just like, no, you need to go. I've given you that time. So for her to be yelling at Chris Fletcher is really ridiculous.
Yeah.
And my thing is, while you walking around with that big D energy, honey, you need to put that big D energy into your business or
Mm,
finding a new home for you and your child. And if if the issue was people coming in and out of where you stayed, then the proper thing to do was go ahead and move all of your things out
mhm.
because Christmas was how many months ago and you still got a Christmas tree up, girl? Move on. Um, but you should have moved out the house. If you had such a big issue, you should have moved out the home and no one would have been in your space where you and your child lay. But I mean, unfortunately, when people are selling homes,
That's
that is what happens. That people come inside the residence and they're going to be looking. That's the whole point. But
yeah.
don't sit up here and be mad if you can't do what you need to do to either stay in the home or move. But what Anthony did was, to me, was not wrong. You went on a national platform, you basically like try to out him in a negative way, saying that you were like bombarded or whatever her words were, her accusation were towards Anthony, and you were disrespectful, you were rude, and then you get on an interview because mind you, you did these interviews, you wanted to do them, and then you get on there and you tell this man that, oh, someone told me not to interview with you. How professional is that? That's like if you're going on a job interview. My thing is, you could have simply said, no, I don't want to do the interview. I don't feel comfortable. But for you to be upset that he played you at your own game, that's ridiculous. Destiny, grow up. You're over 40 with the child.
I
Stop
agree.
it.
Basically, it was an eye for an eye. She did go on
Yes.
interview tour and said that she was attacked and all of that. And the only thing that Anthony did in that interview was have his receipts ready, and she wasn't prepared. So he didn't
I
attack
agree.
her in any way. And it is what it is. It's a petty game out here sometimes. So
But
um,
I believe she started the interview on a negative vibe already,
she did
and
before you
I
start.
believe that Anthony, because I looked at trust
Like
me,
that,
I
like
went on
that,
lunch to look at the interview,
like
and
that. Liza, give me 1 second. Let me welcome these two people that's backstage. L'Oreal, is that you?
Yes.
All right. And get a clue. Is that you? Okay, get a clue, drop down. Okay. I'm sorry, Lizette. Go ahead.
No, it's Lizette, but that's okay.
Lizette.
Um, I just think that she is very rude, and like the young lady just was saying, if you don't want to do an interview, don't do an interview. And I thought it was very rude, also, for her to have her kid keep jumping in, and that's not business like. If you're going to do an interview, have somebody sit down and watch your kid. Your father's supposed to be there. And then that's one thing. Two things, she lied because she said to everybody she refinanced the house and this, that, other. If you did all of that, you would have been gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I don't understand how the divorce is, because I done been divorced and we sold our house, and 30 days before it went on the market, we both had to exit the home. And when it's an open house, keyword open house. Anybody can come in.
Keyword. What I think it was, and I hate to say this, I'm going to hate to drop my video because I'm talking about a lot of it, but I think she was really trying to force his hand and make him allow her to stay. He gave her ample time. He paid the mortgage up for a year. Enough is enough. And then you're allegedly parading your man around in the house as well. No, that's not how it works. So Destiny also said that she had refinanced. That's what I heard. So
Yeah, she did say that.
yeah, so if you refinance the home, that home should be yours. So that was another lie. And look, this man has to go on with his life. He's probably dating. He's probably ready to move on and get remarried again. And just because they have this child together, he is not responsible to let Destiny stay in that home.
Exactly. He's not responsible for her no more.
No. So I agree with him going ahead and having that open house. And I'm sure that she has some type of notice. And she could have, just like Keontae said, moved her stuff out. That means LeBerry could have staged the home, no personal pictures, nothing would have been in there. And it's not anyone's fault that she dropped the ball or she just didn't care.
Exactly.
I agree.
Well, she dropped the ball on all entities because, LeBerick is a nice looking guy. He got business. I heard his credit is really good. He did in the service. So she fumbled the bag all the way around.
She did.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She definitely did. And oh God, I'm just saying everything. When you guys make sure you look at the video anyway tomorrow.
I agree with you though.
Yeah, it'll be a
You are
little
so cute.
But with her talking about his mom, that wasn't a good thing. She even went on a smear campaign against his mother. With her not wanting to take this man's last name. This not a little chump. You know what I
Can I
mean?
speak on Destiny real quick?
Give me 1 second. This man is
Okay.
well established. And what's the big deal about taking his name? So I think she used that same BDE with him and he dropped her. Just as plain as that. Let me add a couple more people. Get a clue and somebody's mama backstage.
Hello.
Hello. Get a clue. Are you there? Get a clue. Are you there? Okay, guys, and real quickly to the 1,013 people that's watching, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please make sure to hit the like button for me. And L'Oreal, did you get a chance to speak?
No, I was gonna say, I think their relationship was up and down, and she was dating in their relationship before they got married. I think she probably really wanted somebody else, but she wanted to use LeBerick for his money, his success, and it did not play her way. I think she got caught up with the other dude. LeBerick found out about it, and that's just been my thoughts on it. He found out about it, and I think his mother always knew that she was after him for his money and was always in his ear about it. And when he found out about the dude, and I think he saw something that actually said that, for him to be through with it. And it kind of made him think about, is the child mine or someone else's? But it was his. and that kind of made her be like, oh, okay, it's still on. I'm gonna use the child to
Yeah.
stay with him. You know what I mean? And she still didn't find a way to mess that up. I feel like she's dragging out this divorce, even though it's a divorce, she dragging through it. She keep going back to court, fighting like you say, to stay in that house, to get whatever coin she can still get out of the situation. She wants to be a kept woman. She
Yeah.
talks to people how she got. I agree with Lizette. When she got on Anthony's thing, it was like my manager had told me not to do this. You know, she came in with a funky attitude of I don't know if I'm even supposed to be doing this, but yeah, okay. Her demeanor was I'm sitting in the bed, I really don't want to do this. Come on with it. You know, she came in with a messed up attitude to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but she had all this scheduled to try to bring and make herself relevant. I
Mm.
think Carlos coming to God about letting some people go. It's their season and their time. I think she's included in some of them people because she's trying to keep some stuff going with Chris Fletcher now and his wife, and they too old for them childish games that Disney trying to play.
Yeah.
And then
You know what? I was leaning towards that as far at first. But with her being at Martell's event, with her standing there with the rest of the cast taking a picture, that let me
uh
know that she's still a part of it. Now, I haven't seen Wanda anywhere. So,
no, but she may be filming, or she could just be making appearances. You know, she wasn't nothing but a friend of the show. We've seen people come in and out. Look at Carrie on Married to Meg. She
mm,
still go to some events, but she ain't no housewife or no friend of the show no more. So it could be that. But another thing I want to say, just one more thing about Miss Destiny. Um, did you see her with Winter on live before she went to Martell's
I
birthday party?
did
Mm-hmm.
not. I was out.
I
What
saw
was it?
that.
So I watched it, but I watched the replay on it. It's on Winter's page. But she, girl,
Hmm.
her little demeanor there, it was like she was amping herself to pop off. She knew what she was doing before she went to that party.
Mm,
Hmm.
She sure did.
Her
She knew
attitude
exactly.
was like, And as far as that ugly chicken dress she had on, them shoes and them white toenails, no ma'am, have a seat and take that dipstick off your head. You'll never be a paid woman. You look better with your natural hair and
Go
a
ahead, girl.
fresh press, honey. Get you
No, you did not.
she'll look better than
Hey.
that than keep slick all these slick backs and these $5 ponytails and these dipsticks you wear, honey. You look low class.
Whoop,
And
whoop.
then had on some chicken. I said, look at them chicken shoes. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I said, baby, please.
yeah,
What was that movie when the lady had on the chicken outfit back in the day? She came in the bedroom clucking for the dude. That
I
was
Harlem
Destiny.
Nights.
That was
Yep.
Destiny at the party.
Harlem Nights. Like she was going to bed.
Go ahead, girl.
Miss, I said, what in the world? A $10 keyhole dress. No, ma'am. Go have a seat and have the nerve to make a
Exactly.
scene. You need to go to the party and be quiet. You look a mess. You
yeah,
look a
She looked
mess.
like she was going to church or something.
yeah,
And Sheree,
dressed like
Sheree is in there for any publicity that her 53-year-old behind can get to keep her job. She ain't studying none of that stuff. And but now one of them heifers say nothing to her. And I ain't mad at her. Because she trying to keep her job so she can keep them lights on at the chateau. She ain't bit more studying Martell.
yeah,
No, and
Nah,
allegedly,
the energy
Sheree.
just
Well,
short.
actually,
Like,
I can't say allegedly because I do know for a fact her house ain't even in her name. Her
Thank
it's
house is
in
in
her
her
mother
mama's
name.
name.
Thank you.
So,
yeah.
as far as her
House
being
is
business minded, she not. But I do believe she like her men a little bit taller. And Mighty Mouse ain't it.
Yeah, it's convenient for the both of them. You know what I mean? Just extra fodder and commentary and storylines. I don't see, like somebody else said, anything serious. But like even with the New Year's Eve party and all of that, there weren't any cameras there rolling. So either they're good friends now, or I don't know.
And if
But it's not gonna last
and
with.
if Sheree ain't with a bad boy or a convict or some of that nature, she won't be happy anyway. She ain't want no good man. Good man come to Sheree, she'll run. She want
Yeah.
Martell, bad boy, top
Let me,
Martell.
let me acknowledge Michelle Hartnick. Thank you so much for the super chat. You put happy that Melody do not make any of them envious haters the topic of any of her conversations when being interviewed. She definitely does not. Mel is beautiful, intelligent, classy young lady, and a great mom. I
Mhm.
agree.
Yes.
Thank you again, Michelle. Who else did not? Hannah, what's your thoughts on Destiny and Chris Fletcher?
Yes, I think that Destiny is a desperate woman. She needs to get out of that house, but she cannot, and she's refusing to. Y'all, everybody probably have seen people who move into people's houses, won't pay rent, and won't get out. You have to evict them. So the problem is he can't evict her, but like Lazeo said, something should have been done legally, but I think she's using the legal system in her advantage because her dad has an illness. For some reason, LeBaric cannot get her out of that house, and for her to get on to if it was true that she acted crazy and at a someone else's event where she had a problem with Melody at a public event, both either way it goes, she had a problem. That's her problem. Also, always like the calling the what is it, the pot calling the kettle
The
black.
kettle black.
Yes. So she goes and does this acting up at that event, at Martell's event, just trying to get attention. She got to be the center of attention. And for if she did that to Chris Fletcher, they should have just. I'm hoping they, were dignified and with their reply to her, but she shouldn't have. But if he had a got on her, she probably would have sat, back down. But he had nothing to do with it. LeBarry wants to sell his house. He want to get her name. He wants to just sever all ties with her other than the baby. And for her to keep acting a fool, that lets you know she's a desperate woman that cannot refinance that house on her own. Because if he's trying to sell that house for over $500,000 and she doesn't have the income, she can't get it refinanced. And if her credit, if she got, businesses in her name that they're saying allegedly that the landlord is trying to get money from her, there's no way she can refinance that house. So she have to get out. So her problem is she just do not want to leave that house, and she is not because she's gonna be leaving. They're gonna have to drag her up out of there before she get up out there.
That's the purpose of him going ahead and listing that house for sale. So
Exactly.
she can get out. He's aware of what's going on, and she's had enough time. And I for one, has been a lot going around on YouTube. I don't agree with that. He should have this pity for Destiny. They're divorced, and that's how it is. So you do have a child. You can go get you a condo. You can go get you an apartment or whatever. And if you can't financially take care of the baby, then maybe give him to his dad. But that doesn't mean I have to house you for the rest of my life because we got a baby. No. So I think that Destiny is a user. Destiny could have been out that house.
Yeah.
And can I say one more thing? And it's about Martell. And when people talking about Melody, she should have let Martell, if he did show up at the birthday party, she should have let him come. No, she should have did exactly what is reported that she did. Don't come here because you know what? You had the opportunity to wish your daughter's happy birthday online, like you go online and do everything else you want to do. You went online and posted about your party, but you couldn't tell your baby girl's happy birthday. Do not show up at this party. So I don't feel sorry for him. She did exactly what she should have did with him, and she need to keep on setting boundaries with him.
And Mel paid for that party, so she can invite who she wants.
Right, and that's what it is. It's boundaries, and unfortunately, Mel knows before any of us knows. She can't. She tried that. We just saw her invite him to Destin, and we saw the aftermath of that online. So she doesn't want him in her presence. And no, yes, they have kids together. They should be able to attend these birthday parties together and all of that. Martell should have thought about everything before he messed up his marriage. So now you have to stick to the rules. So if she had him escorted out, kicked out, I don't know what happened. She should have. Just my tooth. But
right.
Second, guys, Let's let somebody's mama. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm
All
still here.
right. What's your thoughts on everything?
I'm mad at Destiny. And the reason why I'm mad at her is she knew whenever he moved out of that house that she was not going to have enough money to live there.
Mm-hmm.
She knew it. I know it. Everybody knows it. She lived there rent free for over a year, and she's still sitting in the house with all her stuff in there.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. Like she didn't think any of this through. Like she honestly thought that he was going to keep taking care of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she tried to force his hand, and he forced hers and forced that open house on her and let her know this house is up for sale. I
But
don't.
see,
And the
the
thing
thing
is,
is,
I'm sorry.
no,
She's
you
been
go ahead.
whining. She's been whining about, people in her house messing with her things. She was a realtor, wasn't she?
That's
She knows
exactly
how
what I
open
was getting
houses
ready to
work.
say.
Exactly.
She knows how open houses work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She knew that her what y'all call it, a kidney tickler was in the closet. She knew all that stuff was in the house. If she didn't want anybody to see the stuff, she should have took it with her.
Exactly.
She could have put it in a pocketbook and put it in the car like everybody else.
Right. And
It,
she also had advance notice. If everybody else was able to see that there was going to be an open house on the 29th, blah, 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 she knew that as well. So she could have made the house a little more presentable. She didn't care.
She
Destiny,
did that on purpose so it wouldn't
yeah,
sell. You know
yeah.
how she did. And I just want to say, someone in the comments said she thought she moved to a townhouse to take care of her and her dad. No, she didn't, because she was right over there getting her makeup done with that Christmas tree in the background
Exactly.
yesterday. Mm.
And better
No,
yet,
no, no.
And
She
better
Exactly.
yet, if she was taking care of her dad, and no shade or nothing, but if she's taking care of her father, there was no signs of a man living in that household but baby law. There was nothing of her father's in that house.
I
So it's
didn't
like,
see it.
Destiny, you girl, you lie so much. And the thing is, you knew the process. Didn't you show Mel a house on national TV? Wasn't that house empty, girl? It was empty. And she was
Hmm.
able to walk through that house, open up doors, open up closets. She laid in the car, she laid on the floor, she rolled around on the floor, letting you know how happy she was about it. So, Destiny, stop with these sob stories. Girl, if you're a realtor, you know the way things work. So, to me, the way you acting, you make me feel like maybe you wasn't a real realtor, honey. I don't know what you was doing.
And she said she got a man, right? So the man
That
ain't
ain't her
coughing up
man.
money, Mr. Moses that split the seat. He ain't coughing up no bucks, and you out here bragging on him and talking about
Anthony told
man.
you that lady got a stick man, so I don't know why you keep
Yes, it was
saying that
so
she got a
funny.
man.
Hilarious.
She does not have a man.
And
She's
this the
got a
thing.
stick man.
He got a stick man.
If he is a street pharmacist, like they say, you know you're not gonna play them. They know how to move. He
Oh, that,
came
Yeah,
through. His
yeah,
name might not
street
even be
pharmacist.
Moses.
Yeah.
for
He
real.
came through just to get enough pictures to show his boys, hey, yeah, I mess with a chick that's on TV. Oh, and move right on out the way. Like he was not
Exactly.
gonna finesse him. He
I
But
Exactly.
see,
finessed her, got what he wanted, and he gone.
I
Exactly.
agree, L'Oreal. I agree. Moses
I
wants no
agree.
part because if he do get on the show, it's gonna be a wrap for whatever he has going on. So if he's
Exactly.
smart, if
Telling
he's
you.
doing what they say he's doing, he better stay off of the tube.
but
Period.
see, the thing is, when she was on the reunion, she talked about she was with this man and that she's in love. But on the other night on the live, she talked about, no, I'm single. I'm single. And it's like, girl, are you saying you single because you're not married, or are you just single? Because
She
if
She's
you
just
single
saying,
single.
because that was what, October. We'll
yeah,
be in
right.
February. That man
Hmm.
gone.
Thank you,
After
because he
after
ain't.
holidays, girl, you know how the men do. They gone.
Yep.
Well,
He,
Come
you
I,
see,
Christmas
he
time, you want a
on
gift, they gone.
exactly.
her,
Yeah. I ain't LeBaric. So
right
he
on her
gone.
interview run, though, on her interview run, she was saying that they were still together. So that was just last week. But give me 1 second, guys. Guys, there is a 1,030 people watching, and I think we have about 600 likes. So if you guys could please hit the like button for me. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I'm sorry, was that you, L'Oreal, that I cut off, or Cheryl?
Yeah, I just want to say this last thing. Just so happened the same day that the Devin story came out, I went to Walmart early that morning, and I
Mhm.
teach an online class, so I was getting some items. I was in a rush to try to get up out of there. They now have handheld devices. A lady came to my cart. She was watching me on the handheld device. It looked like a little tablet, looked like one of them little scanners they use. But
Mhm.
they are watching you scan your items on that thing. And she came and said, "You sure you only got 4 of those?" And I was like, "Oh." And she said, "My little device," she counted them. And she said, "Oh, okay, you got it right." And I said,
Wow.
"What the
Walmart
world?"
they
And I
racially
said, "You
profiling you.
must got y'all nerve." I'm about through with Walmart.
Yeah,
Y'all
they
got y'all
Go through a
nerve.
yep.
regular lane. Let them people earn their money. Like I
Yes.
said, a lot of us,
Mm-hmm.
we want the quick in and out, in and out. But I've been forcing myself. I'm gonna go through a line. You're gonna get these items off this conveyor belt. You're gonna put them in the bag and everything else. And it's a setup, honestly.
They racially
And
profile.
you know what, Chit Chat? I hate to say it, but it's always people that look like us
Yep,
that go the
yep,
extra mile in that store.
yep.
Them other folks don't bother you about that stuff.
And I
Yeah.
think Walmart
It be
is
us.
racially
And she had to check my stuff, and I said, "You know what? You could just check me out if you're gonna sit here and watch me do your job."
exactly. No.
Yeah. Yes.
And another thing, they supposed to have card machines on some carts. It hadn't come. I hadn't seen it in mine. It might not be in certain states yet, but it's gonna charge you $1 to use their carts in and out the store. If they go that way, they through with me.
Mm-mm.
Well, you know what? I think the reason why Walmart has gotten to the way that they are, I don't know about, but they talked about it like nationwide that how during the pandemic, I guess because they went from, having so many clerks in the store to actually check people out to going to the checkout, the self serve. They were saying how Walmart has lost, they say billions of dollars. I don't know because I don't work
Walmart
there.
ain't lost no money.
Thank
That's
you.
what they
Thank
telling
you.
us.
Well,
They
right,
telling us.
right. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying. And so then they were saying that Walmart may end up closing because the customers are stealing. But I'm gonna be clear. I worked in retail. It's been a long, long time, and I actually worked in a major retail store, and I know the process is that if the item is less than $35 that they normally won't proceed and charge you. That usually they'll just give you a ticket and then you go on about your way. I don't know how that is everywhere, but I know that in those retail stores that even if it's marked down and you steal it, if they stop you, they're not going to charge you what the markdown price is. They would charge you exactly what the original cost is of that item. Now, mind you, probably the earbuds that he did get, yeah, they probably were like maybe $20. And they wasn't a major brand. They're the ones that you can kind of pick up and go on about your way. But it still doesn't make sense for them if it's $20. Why would you take him to jail? Because normally it's $35 if you steal in the retail or was
Right.
still in the retail store and then they proceed and prosecute you. So I kind of agree. Maybe they were racially profiling, him,
It was,
in general.
It
right.
was.
It
And
was
so this is the thing that got me.
one
The
second.
police were there for a different call,
Give me one
and
second, L'Oreal. L'Oreal, give me 1 second. Keontae, it was said on the Facebook groups about Mr. Keith that
Hmm.
this is strictly political. They also
Okay.
mentioned that several towns in Huntsville do exactly what you just said. They give them a citation
Hmm.
instead of going about their business. And L'Oreal, what you're saying, I'm going to let you say, but I was going to mention that as well.
exactly what you just said. You just said it in a get the better way.
Right. But no, the second part of what you were going to say, as far as them, they were already dispatched to that store for another incident. Somebody,
Right.
Hmm.
and it
Mm-hmm.
really upset me because I saw the news piece. I wish I can remember. It was on YouTube, I believe.
I
Well,
saw the piece that you seen on
oh,
YouTube.
did you
Yeah.
see they started it off like the other call that was made for the other person? Somebody
Yes.
opened up something in the yard and garden area and stuck it in their jacket. That's how
Yeah.
they had the story off. And then they started talking about Mr. Keith. So
Yes.
it appeared that it was him, but it wasn't.
Yeah, they targeted.
I think that he's young, making noise, making moves in that town, and a lot of people are upset. And we know how it is when you start speaking against things like that. Yeah, so they probably was after of him.
I didn't see that story you're talking about. I saw one where they said he had spoken out against recently the police chief that they have there. Yeah, and so I said, okay, they had it out for him.
Yeah,
and they were already there because they would just give you a ticket. In Texas, is anything under $50. They don't bother you about. They just give you a no trespass until you don't come back to their store or whatever.
And you know what, to tell you the truth, L'Oreal, because I'm here in Texas too, they really don't even do that anymore, especially Walmart. Like they may tell you, they give you a citation, tell you to go on, but they really don't even enforce because, normally they take your picture and put it up in the store. They really don't even do that anymore. These people steal and be in the store the next day. So it's crazy.
They still racially profiled, if you ask me.
They picked on that man for sure.
Right, and you notice that Walmart is only in the suburbs. You don't see them in black neighborhoods. They're in the suburbs. That tell you how they feel about you in the first place.
I think that depends on where you live. I know in the Midwest, they all throughout black communities.
Because I'm from New York, I don't see one. There's not one in Midtown Manhattan. There's not one. You have to go far out, like the suburban area, to go to Walmart.
That could be because of the real estate too in New York.
Maybe so. I don't know why. Just that I never see no Walmart. There's no Walmart near me.
They got them in our communities. You just got to be careful because when you're in our communities, they hike up the prices. I live outside of Dallas, so the Walmart that I go to is cheaper than the Walmart that my sister lives in, Major Dallas. That is higher. So it just depends on where you at, because if you're on the outskirts and not predominantly our neighborhoods, the prices are cheaper versus going inside of our neighborhood and it's higher.
I mean, they have a BJ's. There's a BJ's.
Let me get Simply Beautiful. Simply Beautiful, is this you? All right.
Yes, it is.
All right, and real quick, Keontae, I live in a small town. I would say 85% Caucasian, and it's expensive here. Well, I think it's expensive here, Walmart, because we only have a Walmart. So in my town, we don't have another option. Target. Let me run to Target instead of I have to drive like 25 miles or so to get there. It's absolutely ridiculous. When you've been shopping at one store like that for your basic needs, the prices of the items that you purchase. Everything is almost double the price. Everything.
Yeah.
Let me say this, everyone, too. I don't know about some of the other cities, but where I'm from, if you steal and you get caught, you going to jail. And the reason, and a lot of that deals with, if you just say he is a councilman. Okay, once he get into the legal system, if they find him, even if he plead, they're going to put him on probation. Then he got to pay probation fees. He got to pay the court fees. It's all a money-making thing. It's all the court systems. That's how they make a lot of their money. So, $20, he going to end up probably having to get an attorney to get out of that. He may, and then in my city, if you get caught, they even make you go to theft prevention classes. Then that's more money you pay. And then they may say, if you go through this course, then we'll drop the charges or we'll expunge it or whatever, like a pre-trial type thing. But I don't know. I ain't never heard of if it's $35 or less. I know I've heard that recently, but I don't think a lot of these jurisdictions, if you get caught, and just imagine if everybody coming in and steal $20 worth of stuff and they don't go to jail for it, then people gonna come in. Just imagine how much money a company would lose if everybody, people coming in there like that, just stealing. Okay, if I don't steal but $35, I don't want to get nothing but a citation. No,
Hannah, do you remember Forrest Whitaker was was accused of stealing out the store. It was all over the news. Forrest Whitaker now, a A-list Hollywood actor, walked into a store in Midtown, and they try to say he stole something out the store, and that man was arrested. That's Forrest Whitaker, one of the biggest Hollywood stars there is. I think it's racially profiled. I don't care what nobody say. If as long as you got the color of your skin is going to always seem to be an issue.
But
In a
the
lot of these stores.
councilman, he admitted to it. He said, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
So there's nothing he could say other than I made a mistake.
Right.
I did it.
But
I mean, that's not racially profiled. That's he made a mistake.
Right, but I mean, it has happened in many cases, not just his case. It happened in many cases of racially profiled people, Black people being accused of stealing. So,
yeah,
I just simply think they wanted to.
I
just think they wanted to teach him a lesson.
I agree, Simply Beautiful, and I'm going to let you go soon. Let me just say this before I forget. Obviously, it took them more as far as the paperwork they had to write up for this, and I just think that it was personal. I don't think that we're going to have a problem as far as going forward because of so many people that spoken out about this since it happened to him. A lot of people said Martell probably shouldn't have said anything at all because the millimeters have really been vocal in these other groups and Facebook and all of that. So if anything, he's gained more popularity, but the local people in Huntsville, even white folks, they're not buying it. And they feel like it was personal. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Simply Beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like this was personal. When I heard the story that the cops weren't even there for him, but for somebody else, I think when they recognized who it was, they said, oh no, you're the guy that was speaking out against our boys. So we're taking you in. That's what I feel. Now, as far as Martell, I think Martell did himself a disservice, but I don't expect anything less from Martell. I think Martell is jealous of this guy because the guy is from his neighborhood and he's doing better than Martell.
Exactly.
That's just my opinion. And I've never felt like the Holtz have had a good name down there until he married Mel.
I agree. And that's what I said. It seemed like it could be a long-standing rivalry as well, because they did both grow up in Terry Heights, and they said that area, is pretty poor or whatever. And here it is, this guy has been able to go on and make something of himself, and Martell has only made an arse of himself. So, it could be male related. It's definitely tied to male, if you ask me. And
you want to know, I heard that they're doing business together. Now, somebody said, I remember seeing the state representative at her turkey giveaway, but people said the councilman was there as well. I'm assuming maybe the councilman has filmed certain scenes with Mel, and production probably took word back to Martell and made him make this post.
No.
Because I'm not understanding why would you...
That post was personal. That's not production. That was personal. That was, I'm going to out my personal opinion. It was personal. I'm going to out.
The only thing I'm going to say is her cousins have already come out and said she is not dating the councilman. The same cousins who confirmed she was dating and that they met the guy and they loved the guy are the same cousins that said she's not dating Devin Keith.
Okay, well, that's good that they cleared that up.
But the other thing is why Martell posted that he was just at the event with Tisha and Marceau where they had the slutty vegan event. He was there too. Right. So my thing
was
is,
he?
Yes, he was. He was there. It was a video that circulated. I seen it on YouTube. I can't remember what content creator posted it.
But he was there, and Marceau reposted his post about being there.
Yes, he was there. So my thing is, why would Martell go back and just attach him to Mel? We have to remember that Martell has done several things to try to make Mel look like a 304, okay? And he has this thing about attaching her with frat brothers or attorneys and his friends. And these people, as Martell said, they all got women. And he wants her to, he's trying to make her appear to be Ariane, where she's not. There's no way that Mel, as much as she's been through with Martell, will ever be quick to be with somebody that got a woman. She knows how hurtful that is. Why would you continue to attack her in
But
that matter? Martell, you yourself, you're spewing your disgrace on yourself onto Mel. You know that you have been community property for everybody. And so now you're trying to make your ex-wife look that way, where we know as women that men, if they find out that you're sleeping with somebody else, man, we would have been known that.
Yeah,
Martell would have started
it's
telling us
all,
in season one.
right. It's all speculation, period. None of us know for sure or not. And it's her business. And like I said, I respect her either way. If he is or if he isn't. Whoever she's dating, I'm happy for her because she seems to be thrilled with it and she seems to be happy for it. It doesn't take much for Martell, period. I agree with you, Keontae, that he's always tried to smear Mel's name after the fact.
But
Now,
how can he talk though? When he was
smearing,
running around with
give me
ATM.
1 second, ladies. Give me 1 second. I got two people backstage. Lizette, L'Oreal, is this you?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got kicked down. My bad.
yeah, I sure did too.
Well, he didn't do this smearing of Mel when they were married. So notice all of these accusations of these men that she's with is when she
Mhm.
finally decided to say enough is enough. So I don't put anything past Mark.
Even when he tried to smear her as a mom, it didn't come until she basically made divorce an option.
Exactly.
But how
Exactly.
Mhm.
running around with ATM machines on his back and the getaway driver crime? How can he talk? Shut up, Martell. Shut up.
And my thing is this: you trying to out her with Devin Keith? That's a come up.
That's a
Thank
come
you.
That's
up.
a level up.
$1 million level up. What?
At least he know how to read and write. I don't know how Martell got through college. Mel is
Mel.
yeah, Mel got 2 degrees.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've been saying that. I said Mel got 2 degrees, one with her name on it and one via Martell.
That's correct. Because
But
my
what
thing is,
Martell did backfired on him. He thought that what the councilman did was more than what actually happened. He outed this man before the new. I don't know, but anyway, he tried to make him look bad, and in the process, make Mel look like she had made a bad choice in men. Because remember, he put #King up there. I don't think he was saying he was the king. I think he's saying that Mel always putting kings in her.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Look,
Mhm.
that's what that was about.
he's devious, and he did exactly that man knew what he was doing. Put it like
Yeah,
that.
he's a narcissist to the highest level.
Exactly.
For sure. But if Mr. Keith was just somebody that they all knew, as far as them having friends or whatever in common, or they all worked with him before, it was much more than that. And just like you just said, Lizette, because he's a narcissist, they're gonna go out of their way to try to shame you, try to put your business out.
Mhm.
Now, notice
It just seems like
right. Give me
if
1 second.
anybody
Notice he didn't say anything about Devin Keith before because he could have been
Right.
male. But now that it's something that he's can put out there that people's gonna say, "Oh my God, that's who she's dating." Oh my God, it was purposely done.
And I'm saying,
Yeah, but it backfired because everybody started showing more supports for Devin versus, then everybody started putting out Martell with the ATM receipts, the court documents and stuff. So it just backfired on him.
and oh my God,
somewhere Uncle Sam is mad as hell.
Mhm. I agree. Real quick, guys, Clarissa, you keep trying to come up. It keeps saying that your device is not connected. So you may need to close out your apps and start back over. Kimbella, thank you again. Let me read Kimbella's message. You put, I think Moses found out that the home was still in LB's name. And in a man's eyes, that's not safe. Not safe at all. A man will not fool with you if they feel set up. Allegedly.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I have family in St. Louis, and Moses lived with a woman there.
I know.
Well,
Oh,
I just
oh, oh.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
What he
What?
do for a living, Lizette?
well, allegedly, he on house arrest. So that's why he ain't been around. So that's what my cousin had told me in St. Louis, that he's on house arrest. And yeah, so Destiny, that wasn't no level up. That was an agreement trying to save her job.
Mm-hmm. It seemed
Well,
that way too. And another woman
Something
at home.
Tay kept.
Go ahead, Simply Beautiful.
I was going to say Tay kept saying that.
well,
Tay kept
they said,
saying that he was a pay for hire boyfriend.
Well, you know
Mm-hmm.
them kids know. Them kids know.
Yes, kids
Yeah.
will let you know how they feel about you, all of that.
but
Um,
they said,
I'm sorry, Sandra Reese. Thank you so much for watching from Jamaica. I was just there recently, well, a couple months. Dad, thank you so much for the super sticker. And let me see, guys. Clarissa is back. Clarissa, it looks like you may be connected. Clarissa has been backstage for a good 45 minutes. So hopefully, Clarissa, are you there?
Hi.
Hello. Finally.
Thank you so much. It kept kicking me off, so I think something was wrong with my connection. But thank
Yeah.
you for letting me come on.
You,
I've been listening to y'all. Y'all conversation been really good.
what's your thoughts about everything?
Well, one of the things that I noticed immediately that was alarming to me was, I personally in my community have lost several Black women to domestic violence situations, and I don't like the way it's being perpetuated. And I know that people think that some of these things are small things and it's not a big deal, but there's escalations that we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? And so we don't want to speak it into existence, but at the same time, we can't continue to allow Carlos to go about this with his head in the sand approach. You know what I'm saying? And protecting all women should be important. And so it just, I don't like that, the microaggressions and things that we're seeing towards Mel. And it shows you what happens in real life towards Black women, and it's kind of scary. And so that's bothered me. Something I really wanted to say though is Destiny. Okay, so the thing about her that is funny to me is you a whole realtor out here and you running around disrespecting property owners, disrespecting people rights as sellers and buyers. Why would you do that? Why, if your career really meant that much to you, why would you do that? Why
Because
would
she an
you
LB, she low budget.
why would you disrespect the process that you depend on, right? So much. And she repeatedly is saying, how much none of this stuff matters to her. And so, I have family in St. Louis. My husband's from St. Louis. I live very close to St. Louis, spend a lot of time there. She needs to stop playing with us about Moses. That's all I'm going to say. Allegedly. She needs to stop playing about Moses. She knows, everybody knows, there's no reason to continue. And so to just be a liar, that's the thing that make it so bad is she's a hypochondriac. That girl lie about stuff. You don't even gotta lie about that, baby. Like
I'm
this
telling
is
you.
that's crazy to me. Like it
Martell
just
has that in common.
it doesn't make any sense. And so, I heard y'all talking about Martell and Sheree earlier, and one of the things that we don't really recognize is how much Martell likes weak women. And so of course that he's going, and y'all can say, oh, Sheree, she's on the show and stuff. Sheree been the weakest link from day one. Stop playing with me. Like she
And that's for
always
sure.
been.
Well, her
She,
bouncing checks
she's such a weak
Nina
link, and like,
Marcus.
and they, he was like, oh, she's in, Marcel, old girl, his little concubine, talking about, oh, well, she's a step up for Martell. Listen to me. Listen, when I say this, we all would have respected him more if he just put the little side chick on his arm. Like, honestly, stand in who you are. If you're gonna be the boss and king that you is, put the girl on your arm and stand on it. But you can't, because a weak women don't fit your image. And so as long as Martell continues to craft his image and his children, as long as they continue to help with his image. But I'm telling you, what y'all don't understand is when narcissists get to the discard phase, if y'all think them children are not going to be a part of the discard phase, the way that he's moving this little boy into the forefront, y'all ain't paying attention. And that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I've said
You
that
said a
before. That
word.
he wants
You did,
he,
Clarice.
He wants that little boy so bad to be an
Mhm.
Eminem kid. He changed his name he started calling him Maverick instead of his real name by
Oh,
now.
it's a setup for when Mel gets full custody, because he, like she said, what she said in a reunion, she said you can't start the war and then don't want to finish the battle, because he's failing in court and it's not gonna go his way. And when she gets full custody, he's like, she took my kids from me. No, baby, you went to court and the court took your kids from you.
Exactly.
And you did this and your behavior is escalating. But when he gets to the discard phase of the children, watching Black men in America turn on Mel and say, oh, she did this and she tried to alienate from his kids, we gonna have to replay the receipts to show where we got, because I'm sorry, y'all, and I hate to say this, but the discard phase is coming. He is showing you very slowly that he is putting. I mean, this is the thing. The way you do things is not necessarily the way y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is you can do things to people and it be emotionally and mentally without it being physically and without it being literally. Like I said, it's the microaggressive behavior that he's showing. You know, it's you know, the IG page that was created, they're moving into a space of creating, they want money off of something. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, he's grasping at something to get him money, and this little boy and that story, that's why he wants this on the show. Like, I'm telling y'all, that's where we're going towards this. It's gonna be, he wants to be one. I mean, he want to be Kevin Samuels so bad. Like, I hate to say that, but that's the truth.
Right, and I agree with you. He's failing miserably.
Exactly.
And Mel is not going to have it. You know, this is my thought about that. I know that Mel is smart enough to know what's in front of her. Like I said, she's dealt with things that we will never have a clue about. So for me, I see everything that everyone else sees. We mentioned Dateline, we mentioned Lifetime, we mentioned all of that. But what I also see is this woman still going to her job, Love and Marriage Huntsville, still smiling every day, which means to me, behind the scenes, she has things under control.
Sure do.
She has stuff in place. She has security. She got this. She got that. Mel is not a dummy. Mel is not coleslaw.
Sure not.
Can no longer control her.
Sure
so
can.
As far as the fear aspect, yes, we all know typically what happens. But I think that she's ahead of that when it comes to Martell. If Martell, God forbid, eventually down the line, snap or whatever the case may be, like I said, I'm not going to speak it into existence. But if we can see it, she can see it. Her, see it. Her attorney can see it. The courts can see it. You know what I mean? And I just think that if Mel was in such fear for her life, the last place that she will do or
let's go back to that show.
Going to that show, sitting on a reunion stage with him, all of that. She got it under control. You know, so the good thing is people like Martell, due to social media, due to reality TV and all of that, it's more out there for people to see, for us to be able to discuss and all of that. Back in the day, unfortunately, people didn't have that option. So they were able to keep things under wrap, and things happen every day. Don't get me wrong. And I agree that he's a loose cannon. But, you know, like I said, season after season, I continue to see Mel to show up. And that's what I'm there for, to support her, to support whoever's on the show that can be fair. But yeah, I get it, Clarissa.
I remember I think it was last year when you were talking about this, and I've always stated that you said this, and have always agreed with you 100%. Mel is playing chess while they playing checkers. Mel know he's gonna explode on certain things, and she's just filming it because she's gonna take this back to court, and like the other lady just stated, she's gonna win full custody of her kids. Because like Mel done already told him, you started the war, I'm gonna finish it.
I'll finish it. Period. And you know what else I think that she's gonna have in store for that? I think that's number one, a reason why it's taking so long for this court case to be over. But once and I'm gonna claim that for her, once they give her full custody, she's already 10 steps ahead. She can now move out of Huntsville. She can now move in a gated community. She can be extra careful and safe when it comes to Martell. So You know, I think
But I
that
have a
we
question for you
have faith
guys.
in her as well, as far as her being smart and knowing what she's doing when it comes down.
And Miss
I,
Van for the
I,
go
I
go.
have a I have a quick question. Martell is homophobic. He shows that all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
Mel have never, not once, said nothing about his father going to jail and the reason why, and how crazy Sam is. Because you see, Sam has that anger issue like
Mm-hmm.
Martell has. She never once said, "Well, my kids, I don't feel safe with them around those two people," which she can actually use that. So, what do you guys think about that? Should Mel start making the case saying, "Well, I don't want them around criminals to teach my kids how to steal"?
She can.
I
She
don't think
can, but
Martell
you
is
know.
homophobic. I don't think that Martell is homophobic. I think that Martell is a control freak, and so the only thing that he can do is try to isolate her. And so if I make complaints about people, if people don't want to be on the show, if people don't want to be exposed, they won't stand up for you, and then you
Mm-hmm.
look crazy. And so when that didn't work, you know what I'm saying? He's since moved on and just made it sound like, it's no big deal. And the only reason I say that is because I really think that if anybody would see that he was homophobic and have a problem with it, why wouldn't it be Carlos or Andy? And if not, y'all correct me and let me know, because I don't know that much about them
Yeah,
two
well, I
people. So
allegedly heard he was telling Tank that the brother likes boys. Allegedly.
What happened
He was
now?
telling all the
Allegedly,
kids that.
allegedly he was
Yeah, I
telling
heard that
Tank
too.
Oh
that,
no, we not going.
that
Oh,
is Huntsville
yeah,
is
we
Huntsville
not
not very progressive when it comes to that? Is that not a I
he's
don't live down south, so I don't know. Is that not as progressive like as
It's
it is up
progressive
here?
everywhere. Girl,
yeah.
it's everywhere.
because allegedly he told his son that.
The key word that Martell said in that statement is he does not want his kids around men. That's the block male from moving forward, dating, and all of that.
Yep.
I don't think that he's homophobic. I do think that he's controlling. He just makes a fool of himself because talked about how he was around Marcus and he was around Marcus's husband. Then he tried to throw in, well, she just met him at 13. And like somebody just put in the comments, he's grasping at straws. And that it's a control thing. It's a
Well,
control.
the
Yeah.
The
truth
only
is,
thing
he doesn't want a
I believe he's
man
homophobic.
around his kids because he knows how he is. He knows how dominating he is, how controlling he is, and he doesn't want someone else to come in and control or do the things or try to mentally control people around him like he does. That's the biggest thing is he thinks everybody's like him. Martell thinks that everybody is like him.
Well,
I think the
I don't
reason why people
disagree.
think there's some form of homophobic to it is because of that live. Because he
Exactly.
went into detail talking about, because men touch kids.
Thank
When he
you.
went into that,
I
I
repeated
think
on this
people
though.
started screaming,
Allegedly.
huh?
I said let's not repeat that part on this live though. But I know what
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, he said that. And I think that's where people started saying, oh, you must be that.
Exactly, because they came out of his mouth. So
Yeah.
But this the thing though, I don't disagree with him as far as not being comfortable with a man keeping your kids, because I could see somebody saying that.
Well,
But this is where I feel like he's reaching. It's not just any
but you
man;
got women
it's
that
her
abuse.
brother.
Yeah, but you got women that abuse kids too, though. You got
that
women that's
I
in the
mean,
And
influence
women, I
kids.
mean babysitters, y'all. Like if y'all, I don't know how much y'all talk to men, but like if you talk to some men and you get to asking them about where they lost their virginity, I think you'd be surprised by how many men will tell you some of it was an older woman,
With women,
yep,
exactly.
and stuff like that. So I think we should be honest about the fact that
Women
you
do it
know,
too.
anybody can do it.
yeah,
Women do it too.
it's an anybody thing, but then it just the thing that's funny to me is there's a scene in season 1 or season 2 where she acknowledges that like he's had that lady around her kids. And my issue is that as adults, we know adults don't like children too. So she allows you to have her children. She doesn't make a big fit. She clearly feels safe with you around her kids, and you consistently can try to say about who she has around the kids, and never acknowledging who you have around the kids. And I always think that's interesting.
Oh, he was stumped when she threw out there he had her kids around that girl. Because it was like, how did you know that? Because clearly somebody came back and told her.
Well, he had a smirk on his face. He had a smirk on his face.
No, he had
the
a
whole
puzzled
time.
look. When she threw that at him,
But
he had
he
a
was
puzzled look.
Martell was actually smirking
Look,
at her when she threw the clothes and he walked out. He likes that energy. He wants her to
No,
be fighting
I'm talking
and
about
want him.
the one where the divorce was basically coming. and she came back to the house and they had that argument.
Oh,
And
about the
she
luggage.
said,
Okay.
"You had my kids around that B,"
Mm-hmm.
and he looked puzzled, like, "How did you know that?"
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the second time she said on camera, you know what I'm saying, or acknowledged something about that without really bringing it up. And so it's like, you know, he definitely has those kids around people, and she, like I said, she clearly trusts him with her children, and she never has said that that's an issue. So, you know, he really makes it a one-sided fight a lot. He be fighting with himself, and I don't know why.
He's digging a hole for himself. I don't think that recently he's had those kids around coleslaw, but yeah, I do know that, like you guys said, he has in the past with him taking those kids around Sheree.
Yeah.
That's not how life works.
That's I've never understood that. Like,
1 second, Cynthia.
How do
you can't do just what you want to do and then try to put stipulations on who they can be around when they're in my care. Now, Elle is a good mother. He's seen that firsthand. So for him to try to come with all of this nonsense now, the judge is going to hear about what he said about Marcus too. He's digging a hole for himself.
Still already, that man he got high people in high places. He better be very careful.
The thing that I noticed with him and Destiny is they often say that they're playing a character on TV and that's not who they really are. But they on social media they tend to give out way more and expose and don't realize that like they really do show who they are, and you know they're nasty people straight up. They just are very nasty people inside. Both of them they really deserve each other straight up because they are very nasty people. I've never met two people who just exude nastiness besides Tisha. Just why are you so angry? Pick a struggle. Damn, pick one.
Who she say was nasty? Kimmy and Murray.
Destiny.
Oh, Martell and Destiny and Tisha.
Okay. I had missed it.
No, Marceau, you know, Marceau is who he is. You know, that's who he is. I think that's who he really is, whatever. At least he be himself. But if Tisha just would acknowledge, or Destiny, just acknowledge you a nasty person. You jealous of people for existing. And you know, people will take you at who you are. You still have fans because there's people that be on Coleslaw Live that be like her fans. So everybody got somebody who like they peach, right? Somebody always think a peach is juicy. So there's gonna be people who like her just how she is, but it's just that they lie so much. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who they really are. And Martell, if he would just be the Kevin Samuels he is, just be the misogynist you are, he would have way more fans. I swear to God, he would.
Let me say this as well. I just saw a comment that said Martell keeps losing or keep failing or something like that. And I think that Melody needs to really be careful because Martell is not used to taking these losses back to back to back to back. He won for so many years when he had two women basically fighting over him and letting him do whatever he wanted to do. Then his mama over there, you know, taking up for him and all of that. But Martell is taking a lot of losses and he ain't taking too well to that. So and he's going to come up with a plan when he disappear and he's silent like that. He always come back with some foolishness because that's just who he is. But Melody, she's doing a pretty good job at, you know, keeping the boundaries up, but he's always gonna try to find a way to circumvent what she got going on.
And don't forget, Miss Van just purchased the Go-Go. If you know what I mean. Don't think that she don't got her daughter with one. Melody probably allegedly.
Mel drives through that town going to the post office.
Thank you. She ain't worried about please.
I just don't think that. And yes, be on guard. All of that.
Yeah,
I think that, you know, even Hannah, with what you just said, if we can see it, then we should know firsthand. She knows that
she was married to him. If anybody knows, she do.
She didn't even look scared when they was into it in Vegas, so I ain't worried.
Yeah, she wasn't scared of him. Oh, please.
When she threw that glass
Mel stay on ready. She stay on ready.
No, I'm not saying that she's scared of him, but she may be underestimating what he might do. Is all I'm saying. But just like you say, stay on your P's and Q's with him because, like somebody said, he's escalating. He keep on taking these losses. He gonna take a lot more, and it might damage his, his pride or whatever.
What did Mark say on that episode when he said to Mel? He said, "Yeah, but that's because you're the one that's winning." The thing is Martell cares about what people think. And as long as people think that she's winning and he's losing, he's going to keep grasping at straws. And so, you know, as long as he gets attention and he's at the forefront, people, you know, yelling at him, that's his element. But when you walk in a room and you're no longer that person, that's the problem. Martell, it has nothing to do with other people. He wants to walk in a room and be super validated by strangers. And when you not I mean, you know, and so that's the thing.
He
I
was
mean,
the right person. Right the same way.
And
But he was never that person. He was never that person. Mel was always that person. He was just the husband. Martell he was never that. He should have thought about that before he went and stole that
Well, you got to
17K
remember,
out the
he
bank.
was a.
One at
he
a
walked in a
time.
room
One
with
at
his
a
head held up
time.
high. He did walk in a room with his head up high while he had Mel on his arm. I will say that.
I will say that being that he was a former football player, he walked around that town like he was the big man on campus. And they gravelled at his feet. Now, he's nothing.
He's nothing.
No, he's nothing.
He's a joke. He hates that.
It was very telling in his live that he did the other day when he was trying to get people to come out to his event. You saw the confidence, just that one couple seconds that he was on, you know, and this is my city. Oh, y'all know how Martell gonna dress to impress and come on out. That's what, one live in 3 months. You know, you got an ex-wife that's busy every day doing something. And I think that Martell is refusing to accept what's in front of him. You
Well,
lost it all.
At least change the suit, though. Change the suit.
Right.
That's the same suit he wore.
That place was empty. Even with camera crews there, the place was empty.
Yeah, that's
So
what they
I'm
said.
just not going to try to put everything on Mel when it comes to him. But could you have imagined the turnout had he still been with Mel? Just from her making a post about it, or people, you guys come out, all of their events in the past was packed.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. It would have been open to the public because they was about the club.
Yes.
Yeah, look at the event. Look at the event that she had when she went to Jay-Z and Beyonce's thing. I think it was the scene that they showed with him and
that was the Rock Nation brunch.
Right.
Inauguration
brunch. He ain't never getting that again. He ain't never gonna get that. And that's because of her.
I mean, you could just look at her skincare event. I mean, she had heavy hitters in that event.
A-list people.
Imagine his face when Tank went home and said, I FaceTime with T.I. the other day.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
Now, you know what he said. I don't want my son on the phone with them thugs, because that's what he said in that live. People who wear Jordans go down the wrong road and stuff. I was like,
too
what?
bad.
That's the concert that him and Coleslaw went to. T.I.
That's he.
Exactly.
I was just about to ask, where is Simba at? She ain't popped out on no live with nothing because he was seen with Shiki.
Look, Simba.
Chit chat. I always joke. I say he took his mistress to his ex-wife's favorite artist concert. Wow, and she was having the time of her life.
Right, she was for that one little couple hours. But
that time where he looked kidnapped.
Real quiet. You know, it's only so much. It's for a show. It's for a show. It's for a show that man could say. And I don't think that Martell is saying that to her. I think Martell realizes what he lost with Mel. You know that they know he's no longer a homeowner and he doesn't have his status and all of that. And I think that he really does care for Sheree, namely for what she has. And I think that he probably finally put Coleslaw in her place. Just my personal opinion. And let it be known, look, we parents to this boy, and that's it.
And
so what did she say?
That's his new supply, which is narcissists. Narcissists, they go after supply. They not love. Supply. That's the supply. Because he lost the old supply, but he'll never have the supply that he had with his old supply. Melody had it all. She had it all.
Never.
So
I agree.
He'll never find
but
it.
I said that before. I said he experienced all of his firsts with Mel. First home, first marriage, first business, first million. He'll never be able to get that with anybody else.
Never.
And see, he's acting like a drug addict because he had so many successes and so many highs with Mel. Right now, he's at his lowest, so he's going to rehab. So he don't know how to handle it because Miss Marlene supposedly, allegedly be in the Hennessy every day, and he in the basement with her. You know,
Child.
so,
Getting that
Ah,
Yeah, baby.
why you not promoting that mess no more. I think Mama Hope then just drank up
drank
the
it
whole
up.
supply chain.
Exactly.
he
Mhm.
ain't getting enough cells to ship that mess out in bulk.
Exactly.
That's what the problem is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I think one of the things that was really one of the most realest scenes I think I ever seen was when his mom was like, "That was my family. That was my family."
Yeah.
And so I think that, that is just something that he ain't never. You can duplicate, you can go do whatever, you know what I'm saying, but like, he just can't put his life back together, and so like it'd be best if he just moved on and rebuilt his life for whatever it's gonna be. But one of the things I think is funny is with him in Atlanta and him potentially this whole him and Sheree together or whatever, he did everything he could to stop Mel from moving to Atlanta. And so if he does try to move forward with her and move to Atlanta or something, it'll just the irony will be there because I personally don't see Sheree taking them to the park. But if that's what she sees for her 50s and 60s, you know what I'm saying, by all means. But I thought she was moving in a different direction in her life.
Me
And
too.
so I
Yeah.
just find it very interesting and convenient. And so when that situation does, drop off, move forward, whatever they choose to do, I just don't think as long as he's chasing the high, I don't think that, like, whatever the other person said, I really agree with that. Like, as long as he's chasing the high, it's never going to be enough. And I think that's the whole problem with him, is that,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter what he finds. And I think one of the things that cracked me up the most is that Candy will not interact with him. She just does not like him. And it's like she
Yeah,
understands that, like, I'm not giving
Kenya.
him no relevance. Like, she's like, I will not give him relevance. And so I noticed that they kind of, Kenya did it. Somebody asked her and she just laughed. Like, they're at the point where they're like, we're not gonna promote that. And so I feel like that little solidarity to me is kind of dope, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
they both peep game, Candy and Kenya.
Exactly.
We all know that he was in Kenya's DMs 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one to believe that Kenya responded because Kenya is not like she had the best choices herself.
Exactly.
But I think Sheree, I'm hoping. Look, I have no problem with a woman having a boy toy. And if a boy toy comes with a storyline that's gonna line my pockets for the show as well, it is what it is. She's single, she's a woman of particular age, and women could do the same thing that men do. When it comes to Martell, though, I think that he's impressed with the big house. He's impressed with
Exactly.
He's impressed with all of her friends. He was drunk as I don't know what New Year's Eve at her house.
I understand why he don't drink.
And he's
Right.
gonna line her pockets. I'm sorry.
Right.
Martell don't
But
have
I
money.
think that he knows that he's not going to be able to obtain what Sheree has, even if it is in her mama's name. He's not going to be able to get the friend group that she has because whether people want to believe it or not, Sheree is popping in Atlanta. She can go anywhere in Atlanta just from her status. So I think that Martell, my personal opinion, I think he likes her more than she likes him.
Yeah, I do. I
too.
think
I
that too.
agree.
But
I
Sheree
agree.
can't go in Neiman Marcus no more. She done bounced too many checks to the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly.
Well, I mean, and y'all can see that Sheree can't really carry a conversation. So let's be honest.
No,
Like,
she can't.
so you ain't got to worry about this being the most, this ain't the most deep relationship. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. It's
It's
surface.
going to
He's
be
a
the
surface
same
person.
extent of him and Arion.
Yeah,
and
they're
she
surface
lie.
people.
All she does is
Exactly.
lie.
They are surface people. And so I think it's hilarious. But I personally feel like he fumbled because Kenya and her young child and that whole situation would have been a way better storyline. And I feel like the only reason she really didn't respond is because she still ain't divorced from Mark. And that's the honest to God truth.
No, she made a statement. She said that one, she don't find Martell attractive due to the fact how he did his ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And she knows of coleslaw as well.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that stopped her. But I agree with Clarissa. If she wasn't married, I mean, I just see Kenya as an opportunist too.
Yeah.
And I see her doing anything for a storyline as well. And I think she would have jumped just like Sheree.
Them play dates would have been epic, though. Them play dates would have been epic.
And I agree that would have been a better match. He got young kids. She got young kids. Sheree daughter is older than him, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
she just had a grandbaby.
Had a grandbaby.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on.
So yeah, that's a trip.
Charging $182 for a Sheen outfit. Come on now, stop now. Come on.
And you can
Raise
get
a floor.
Somebody said they could make it on their cricket and they was mad. I was cracking up.
on that cricket.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Lord.
what they said.
That
Oh,
is
God.
hilarious. Well,
Yeah,
guys,
because the guy that did her original designs for the show, he said that he didn't get paid and he
She
was
didn't pay
not
him. She
going
didn't
to
pay him.
release. Yep, he was not going to release
Lord.
any patterns or anything.
yes, when,
Lord.
when she first dropped her line, he sure did.
He is not a step up from Melody. So, he needs to. I hope he ain't thinking that. She's
Well,
Yeah,
hey, one thing you can say about Martell, he do not mind staying somewhere where his name ain't on the lease, and neither do Sheree.
Yep. Love downgrading.
That's true. Anonymous, is this you?
Hello, guys. I know I'm finishing work. Now, y'all know Hotel wants his mother. That's why he got Cougar Peach Cobbler. Why y'all shocked?
Oh Lord.
Come on. He wants Marlene. And the closest to Marlene is Cougar Peach Cobbler.
Oh, Jesus.
you said Cougar P.
Oh,
Cobbler.
no.
Jesus.
I have to throw that back.
Lord.
Now,
Miss
you know
Marlene be
why
in
when he
that
got to
brown
fight with
liquor.
Melody when she threw the glass at him? She said, "You supposed to take care of me." That's what he said. He wants his mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, Coleslaw should feel like a fool either way. As many times as she said he don't want nobody old, and it always puzzled me because she's only 3-4 years younger than Mel.
Exactly.
I know
Mhm.
Mel carries herself like she's older, but what? She just turned 37?
And she don't even look it.
Yeah, just turned 37.
She look younger
So
than.
She gonna regret how much she attached herself to her youth. Cause the first time somebody called her old, she gonna cry in her car.
well, they already
Well,
calling
in
her
her
old.
Uber, I'm sorry, her Uber.
They're already calling her old, and honestly, she has aged, and that's what happened when you let, when you willingly be someone's side chick for 10 years
Mhm.
She spent her 20s on somebody else's husband.
on
Like that's
somebody else.
crazy.
And didn't get nothing out of it. Didn't get
Nothing.
Somebody had showed a picture of James Brown and Coleslaw side by side. I hollered so hard. I swear to God, it was so funny.
No,
I mean, she ain't even get child support. Like, at least if he was with Mel, she would get some child support. Like, you ain't even get like, man, like how you? She just her and Destiny. They can fumble something.
Nothing.
And have you guys noticed how she tries to throw shade? Oh no, me and my baby daddy co-parent very well.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be shade. I know he's in court with his ex-wife, but we co-parent very well.
That's a lie.
Well,
She
that's
said
because
had to
she do
post
what
him
he
on the
wants.
porch.
Right. She do what he say. That's what it is. She do
Yeah.
what
But
Well,
she said that she put him on the porch and Martell left and called her and said, "Well, I pick him up when I pick my other kids up." That's not effective co-parenting.
Exactly.
Because he left him on the porch.
Or her playing hide and go seek from him.
Yeah,
And him
remember?
knocking on the
She said she got them together and Martell left the baby on the porch.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's terrible. That's terrible. For her to
Yoo-hoo, I see you.
And she moved more around. She's a modern day gypsy. She moves so much, and she think that when people look at her live, like we don't know the difference that she's at a new location. I'm like, how many times she didn't move within the past year? About 7 times. I can't do that in my life.
Well, I'll be the first one to tell her the only thing that's the same is the echo about around the apartment.
And that little seat.
Yeah.
And it killed me when she was in the parking lot looking for her car. Now, if you got a car, don't you just you just press the alarm. You looking for the car.
Yeah, that Mel had that sucker picked up. That's what happened. Mel did the Wendy Williams. She went to the divorce court, honey, and said, allegedly, that's been bought with my money, and that's mine. Go get it. That's what Mel did. Mel, like I said, Mel played checkers. I mean, she played chess, not checkers, baby.
Well, she alluded to she crashed that car coming down the hill. So maybe the hill did Mel a favor.
She sure
Well,
did.
I got a question, you guys. Why do y'all think that Hotel isn't going to be like his father?
He's identical to his
I
father.
think he is like his
I
father.
think he is. Honestly,
he
I
is.
do. I think that I think he's going towards he gonna make a mistake and he gonna slip up and do something because he's so out of control. And I think it's gonna be something that unfortunately it's Carlos's legacy is gonna be attached to whatever Martell do, and that's all I'm gonna say.
And allegedly, to hacking that woman's phone, allegedly, if he did that, that's a crime in itself right there. He can go to
Yeah,
jail for that.
that's a federal offense.
Exactly. So that might
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
don't
just
y'all think it's funny for somebody who denied that they hacked somebody's phone, then goes out and make accusations about something you could only find out if you hack somebody's phone? Why
Mm-hmm.
would you do that? Like, he obviously is hacking
No,
or
it just kills
going into her emails or something. He
it just
doing
kills
something.
me that he think that Melody would go and file a police report if she was the one hacking the phone.
Right.
Why would she
And
file?
why did she make the statement that I didn't change my number 12 times?
Thank you. She said that many times. I had to change my number a million
Well,
times.
she said production. She said production don't even got her number.
She said
'cause that's
production
how
don't even have her number. Thank you. Now,
Even
well, the
her
reason why
students from her class, they've come out and said that a lot of times they'll get this random text message saying, "Hey, this is Mel. This is my new number."
yeah. But the reason why I say this, I'm seeing the same similarities of Tim Norman with Sweetie Pies with Martell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
And
escalation.
with him especially now, we don't know if it's true if she is dating Devin, but if she's not dating him, for him to do that to that councilman, I wouldn't be shocked that OWN executives and Discovery executives got a phone call
Yep.
regarding Hotel.
Yep.
You know them
I
millimeters
believe
was
that.
on their case.
You're right. You're right.
They got a phone call, and I my thing is this. I know I said it on Drop the Mics thing last night. Is that this looks like a turf war. I believe Melody is making alliances to do a new version of the Comeback Group to build in North Huntsville.
Oh, very good. That's a good
I
point.
think Devin is part of that coalition,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there are others. And the people who were on the
Chris
show
Fletcher.
are
Oh
mad
yeah, Chris
that
Fletcher.
she's done it. That's why they're attacking her.
Mm-hmm. And you're
Yeah,
right.
and that's why they
Right.
got
Yep.
together. You
It
right
makes
about
sense.
that
It
Oh,
because
makes sense.
Anonymous, I think you're
Tisha
on to
said
something.
Yeah, well,
Tisha
the
said that
reason why that's what's happening. But I think Melody, as I told you, I said she definitely is a member of AKA,
Hmm.
and she's a queen in a chess match.
Exactly.
Yes.
Those people that allowed Hotel to cheat and they didn't do good business, she's like, I'm gonna show you. I think
Huh.
she's getting competitive bids from other people on TV shows to do the Comeback Group like it should have been at the beginning.
Exactly.
You
Oh,
know
that
what,
And
makes so much
Carlos
Anonymous?
sense.
knows it, and so does the rest of them.
That makes so much
I
sense.
think you're
Exactly.
on to something because it was smart. If if Devin is a part of her new comeback group, it was very smart, very strategic to get somebody from North Huntsville from
Yes, it
Terry
was.
Heights Project.
Yes, it was.
Melody is smart. I keep telling you, Melody is. She's
She's
smart.
smart.
Because she
She's
would
smart.
need
Well,
to, he would definitely.
he does real estate and he's
Yep,
a
he does real
councilman.
Yeah.
So,
estate. Yep.
Houses
I
are
used to
Yep.
I
allegedly.
used to be on city
Allegedly.
council. I used to be on city council in
Guys,
my
give me
city,
one
and
second.
so he
Give me
has
one
access.
second. Give me 1 second. I want to be able to remove this banner. Renata, is this you backstage?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. Okay, and I'm sorry, was that you, Clarissa, that was speaking?
Yeah, so he has access to policy making and stuff like that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? If she was to do the comeback group, or if I Carlos said something recently in one of his videos that made me think that, because he was talking about how he had some other shows in the works and he had other things going. And so a lot of them, if you start lining up stuff, and I know Chit Chat said she got some stuff coming, so she probably seen some of the stuff I seen. You can put some people together to where you start to think that there are some things going on behind the scenes. So it wouldn't surprise me if she had something like that going on. And it wouldn't surprise me if this is Martell's way to shoot the bow. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to shoot a bow over something, because he'll try to interrupt anything she got going on. But the thing with the councilman that was really messed up is, for somebody who says this is his city and this is what he's doing, that's an interesting way to get the community to turn against you, to attack their favorite sons.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
that's why I said
Tisha
he's
has made a
unhinged.
comment. Tisha made a comment. It was a couple of weeks back, and I forgot who alighted with the video. She said, "Oh, Destiny is not no longer with the other realty group. She's with my company now. So it's going to be me, Kimmy, Destiny, and all this other stuff. So we're getting our coins together. We finna take over Huntsville." So I think you have a point of Mel aligning herself with Devin and Chris, because I know Chris Fletcher is going to be in that, because it was something about a long time ago when Martell went off on Chris about going to Mel to do the acres or whatever. He said Martell, no shade, Melody is a better business person.
That's right. He sure did.
She always has been. They just thought they could conquer her. But see, I said on Drop the Mic, I believe MLK the third, Maurice or Lyrese, is behind this. Because he runs Martell.
He do.
He runs him.
He's so
And
he really
I think he lost a lot of money when the Holtz got divorced from his 10 LLCs that allegedly he had to fold. So he's mad that he lost that money.
Okay.
But the problem is this: you're a bum that's sleeping on Kimmy's couch. I'm sorry. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Chit Chat, can I ask you a question? This is off this subject real quick. Now, if Martell, let's say Martell marries Sheree and he moves to Atlanta, because the kids are based in Alabama, they wouldn't be able to have 50-50 custody. That means Mel would be primary and he get them like on the holidays in the summer. Is that how that would work?
That's what I would think.
Yeah, but I think it's a little deeper. If he moves to Atlanta, Mel's just gonna stay in Huntsville.
No, that's what I'm saying. She is. But
what I'm saying is this is the thing. I don't think he's moving to Atlanta.
Okay.
I don't think he wants to have control of Melody. He's gonna keep using these courts to try and harass her.
Hold on to her.
Yeah, but let's just say he does.
Right.
Anonymous.
Hypothetically.
Let's just say anonymous. Let's just say he does. Let's just say it ain't Sheree. It could be any woman and she lives somewhere else. Then that means you can't force the kids, because of course they're in school, so it ain't like they can be in Atlanta 1 week for school and Huntsville for 1 week for school. So that means that the courts would have no choice but to give Melody primary custody and work out an arrangement with him.
Right. Okay, so you should pay attention to Jesse Williams' custody case, because there was a recent custody thing done where his kids have to fly to New York even in the middle of the school week to see their father. A judge in California ordered that. So when it comes to fathers' rights and people, how they do custody, you'd be surprised how somebody will wrap you up in court and what will happen. And so I think that's why Mel she keeps so much receipts, because of stuff like that. But it could happen, yes.
But is it for the weekend though? Because them kids is in school and you gotta
the judge in California ordered them kids to go even in the middle of the week. The girl was crying, talking like, hey, they gonna miss school. And
but that's that case. I just think the
I
thing
know,
is
but I mean,
custody.
I think
hold on.
One at a time. Excuse me. One at a time, please. Go ahead, Renee.
Are the kids homeschooled?
Who?
They're in private school.
No, Jesse kids.
They're in private school.
Oh, that's crazy. What judge was this? They normally don't do that. They don't.
Well, it's just that my example wasn't, because the jurisdiction is different. So let me be clear that the jurisdiction of the kids is in Huntsville. I was just saying that when it comes to custody cases, when men and women are fighting over custody, we've seen where, there's women have lost custody because they tried to alienate a parent. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's no telling what somebody would do. So if Martell was to move, don't put it past him to try to fight to keep the kids just as 50-50, because he's a narcissist like that. So I wouldn't put it past him to fight that. That's all I was saying.
And hypothetically speaking, if that was the case, I would think Mel would be able to go and say the same thing that he's told her. Exactly. I don't want my kids out of town.
Right.
Exactly. Martell has put his foot in his mouth in so many areas where she can fight back with what he's tried to do. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Sheree going to allow those kids in that house full time like that,
Of course
You
because
don't
not,
think so?
she had to rob that money from Tyrone.
She
So
ain't
she
Was
gonna
she
needs to
marry him.
like that.
was she
Yeah.
desperate?
You
You know she
look,
didn't want her man. She need him for the housewife storyline. So she might do it and get her little wedding special. You know.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, but she didn't. Even with the wedding schedule, what we gonna do? When they gonna kiss? Because they've never kissed
Thank
online.
you.
Ew, I wouldn't kiss him. His lips are white as
I
God knows.
just never
Like
seen
I
Sheree have
said,
a conversation with anybody. How can she don't ever? I've never seen her like have a full blown conversation with people. She throw shade here and there, but like as far as carrying like a wedding special, like don't you gotta like have bridesmaids or something?
She
Like
carrying a wedding
yeah, but
special.
she has to get her GED first to have a
Thank you.
Yeah, I
conversation.
was just about to say that she only
That
have a
is
ninth
true.
grade
She don't
education.
even have her GED. You are not
Yeah.
lying when you said that. She not even high
And
school
Martell
graduate.
gonna do the same to her that he did to all other women he been with. He gonna cheat on her, run around. I mean, she'll be
Mm-hmm.
65. She's 53. Another 7 years,
Yeah.
she'll be 60. Then
well, the
65.
difference is he can't stick her with a baby though. He
Right? How
can't
many
stick her with
breast
a baby.
implants
He
can you
like
get? I mean, you gonna get breast implants till you 65? They try to keep
Well,
Martell
he said
around.
he want more
Does she
children.
still have her sexual organs? That's the question.
Child.
Well, Martell said he want
Exactly.
more children. So Sheree ain't having no more children.
Yo,
Right.
That's the
53
No,
better.
is
Sheree
cool.
doesn't have to have it. He got a permanent side chick that's
Girl,
gonna always be there to
how do you
multiply
sit
for
around
him.
and be that for a man for 10 plus years?
Sister
How do
wives.
you sit around
Her,
and
she
do
learned
that?
from her mother.
guys, this is why I think that what Sheree and Martell have is more of a storyline and friendship. Number one, Carlos was friends with Sheree first before her love
Uh-huh.
marriage Huntsville. For Carlos to sit on that reunion stage and tell Martell to his face that he thinks he's still in love with Mel, that
Exactly.
spoke volumes to me.
Thank
Because
you. Me too.
backstage talking to Sheree, it looked like to me that that was just for the cameras. He said
Hmm.
he had to go through a lot just to get that audio to even play it on the
Hmm.
reunion. So yeah, I don't think Sheree, me personally, I hope she's not that dumb. I don't think she's that into Martell.
Me too.
I
You
How
don't
think
do
think
you
so?
come dressed with leggings
Chit
for
Chat,
his
what makes
event
you say that? What
last
makes
night?
you say that? What do y'all see that you say Sheree is just having a good time, nothing serious? What do y'all
Because
see?
We see
you see that
Martell. We see
reaction.
Martell and
You
how he
should see
treat
that
women.
reaction when they was at the New Year's Eve party. You see how she looked at him. It's not no. It's nothing there.
It's
romantic,
right, but
right?
it's Martell, the way he treat women all above, all around.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna be there when Sheree is 65? She's 53 now.
That's
Is he gonna
true.
be there when she's 65? How about
That's
70?
true.
How
And
about 75?
look, Renata, she sees what we see. He doesn't really have anything else
He
going on
don't. He and
other
Sheree like her
than love and
coin.
marriage Huntsville. He got 5 children.
Exactly.
He's that. So if he can come through every other week and knock the cobwebs out or whatever.
Well, chit chat. You want to put my banner up?
Oh
Oh,
God,
No.
help me, Lord, help
Oh
me.
oh.
no.
I believe
Anonymous, I went to church today. Anonymous,
this
anonymous,
is
I
Gracious.
went to
you
church.
hotel on behalf of Anthony Lawson.
Child. Okay.
I believe you are Cougar Peach Cobbler is a beard for who you really want to be with in Atlanta.
Who?
Um,
Who?
Oh, child.
The
Martell.
producer.
Somebody's probably paying both their bills.
Oh,
Child.
Somebody's
Well,
paying
Marcus,
both their
Marcus
Probably.
said he
bills.
got some tea.
Mhm.
look,
Marcus said
Y'all
he got
seen them
pictures.
tears. Y'all seen them
like I
tears.
say, he remember the violin was so pretty when it came on when he cried. I
Yeah,
feel like
no. I'm
Mhm.
playing my
Mm.
violin too.
Well, you
And it
remember
was at
Marcus said
that
he got
moment
tea.
Mel should have started laughing. Like,
I know she wanted
She
to. She
was
probably
probably
did, but he
inside.
like
said
who
it
the hell is Ashton Kutcher? Am I being punked?
Right?
Anonymous, let me get back to your theory. I think this is just me. Now I know you think they're trying to come up with a new version of the combat group. I
Mm-hmm.
think that this is a for-profit, like that Holt Manor project, that
Uh-huh.
multi-million-dollar project that Martell and Melody was going to do before the divorce. I think that that's what they're doing. They not. That's just me, and that's why Martell is so upset about that commissioner, because
the
he
council
probably
thing.
got he got a lot of information about zoning and projects that's getting ready to come into the city because they vote on all that stuff. He is just dog mad that he don't have access to that. He gonna be left out of that multi-million-dollar deal. Those deals that Melody went and got her builder's license to get. Letitia them upset too. That's why her face was looking like she had ate a sour lemon, because now they got to be competing with the big dogs.
Well, she is sour because of the tuna fish. Put my banner up.
Oh God.
Oh my
Anonymous.
God.
Not
Wait,
again.
I should have said that.
You already got me on a fish strike already.
Well,
Goodness,
my
God.
thing is this.
Hannah, I blame you for this.
I
Okay,
do. I blame
let
Anonymous.
me go back. Let me go back.
Three.
At the event.
Anonymous.
Go ahead,
Let me just say this. Listen, I'm gonna take Tisha out of it. Okay, I'm just gonna say Martell is
Lord Jesus.
with Chris Fletcher, the Fletchers, and I see Mel. When she got a real common smile on her face when she's around Nail, the Fletchers now, because they getting ready to do something big. And you see that if you go onto Melody's page, she's also saying go over there and follow Nail Fletcher. She has her own Instagram page. So I think with them, yeah.
I told you. Y'all thought my theory was bad. Drop the
No,
mic.
it's
Got
not.
it. Kit
No,
chat
it's
last
not.
night. I said and the reason why I say this is because I am in the Midwest and I know the companies have been moving to Huntsville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, as I told Drop the Mic last night, really Hollywood is dying. The old way of Hollywood is not doing well financially because of the pandemic. Melody has a gold mine in Huntsville, Alabama, with this land development. And I think she knew her premise of her show was a gold mine, but the problem was with Carlos, Martell, and the Scotts or the Snots, they made it ratchet. But I think people like Devin, her mother, her brother, Chris Fletcher, and others told her, look, we just have to repackage your show, because I think there is a bidding war. She has other people that want her storyline and her as a star.
I believe
That's why
that.
I think Love and Marriage Huntsville is going to end soon. And she's going to basically have a new cast, a new group. And it won't be these people that are affiliated with Carlos and the Snots and everywhere else. And she's going to show it what it could be, like the longevity of the Cosby Show, Cosby, and Different World. Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening in the business community. People from the Midwest are moving to Huntsville, Alabama. People from California, the companies are moving to Austin, Texas. And from the East Coast, New York, and other places, they're moving to Florida.
Yep.
So that's what is happening. And people want to see kind of like what their life is mirroring. So
well, I'm hoping that that's the case, especially for the show. Even if it's going to continue to be this show, Carlos can very easily or own network let the people go that's not in line as far as how we're going to take the show in a new direction. What I think that Mel also did when it came to mentioning Chris Fletcher's wife, that was to basically show her support from Destiny clowning on the both of them the day before. So that's how I read that. I mean, I know that they're working together. I sort of broke a story that we would see more of Chris this season, but I think that was also letting it be known I ride with them. So she saw Destiny all up in their face, even though
yeah.
she was there, you know.
Well, why is
I
she
could
so
imagine
mad
how
at
Destiny
Anthony?
used
Is
to
it
talk
because
to
he got a
LeBarrett.
package? Is that what it is?
What's
No,
that?
I think she got mad at Anthony because he was prepared for the interview and he had receipts.
True.
That's what it was. He wouldn't
And
let her
she had her
lie.
kidney tickler get exposed. That was a problem.
Well, she should have
I
been
could,
prepared.
I know.
I could
Well,
imagine how Destiny.
she disposed that stuff herself
Now,
because you should have been exit the home a long time ago.
But have you noticed that her and the peasant act just alike?
Yep.
very
They
simple.
act just alike.
Where's Moses? What happened to Moses?
Honey, Moses is probably in St. Louis locked up right now for Probably with the street credit.
Allegedly.
She's gonna put up that banner real quick.
You got to get my
Hit the
banner.
banner. Hit the banner.
She keep me working, child. Let me add, this is Too True.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying your show tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Did you want to comment on what
Yeah.
we're talking
I
about?
live in Huntsville
Oh.
and I'm in Devon Keys district.
Oh.
And actually, he just came to our homeowners association meeting
Okay.
about a week before that incident happened at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Devin is a really, he's a young man. He's like, I don't think Devin 35 yet.
Yeah, they say 34.
Uh-huh.
34.
And so I was listening to your talk. The only thing, Devin, I see him as the future mayor.
Mm.
And I don't see him getting involved. You can. I heard you guys saying maybe he may team up with Mel and in her new comeback group, but that would be a conflict of interest. And I don't think he would put himself in that position because he is our golden child, and we would love to support him. And
Girl, is he married?
no, he is not married.
Okay.
But what I think Martell, I think he was just fishing, and he heard on the news like everybody else on that day. And for him to post that, he was egregiously out of line.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
he knows everybody supports Devin Keith.
Well, we're gonna put you on the streets. Find out if him and Mel is dating. We're gonna
I
put
don't
you out
think
there
they're
on the
dating.
street.
I don't think they're dating.
No, they're not dating. They're not dating.
Actually, I thought he had a girlfriend many years ago. He is
Child.
married, good-looking guy. I think Martell was fishing. He's a good-looking guy, polite. I'm 5'8". He stands taller than me. And I think he was fishing. You know how he's probably getting nervous because he got to figure out who the heck is Mel dating.
Right.
Well, look, Devin Keith. Mel probably knows him because the University Alabama A&M is in his district. Okay.
Got it.
I live in his district. A lot of the area, the District 1 is kind of large, actually. Where they grew up at is in his district, okay? So I think he was fishing. I think he was saying, well, Devin Keith, man, he's single, he's handsome. I wonder, I think he was just fishing, and I think he threw Devin Keith up under the bus, and somebody called him when he posted and got on him, and that's why he took it down with the quickness. And he has really... He has let me say this. He has probably stepped on a lot of toes in Huntsville by doing that.
And why he didn't bring up that he was caught with ATMs running out the street?
Because we all know that. We all know that, okay?
Because it got pardoned by Melody
we all
Cherie.
know
That's
that.
why.
We remember that, but we didn't.
Teller machine.
But we did. We all know that, but we didn't throw Martell under the bus when he got on. When he got on the show.
Right. It's a federal crime. So
no, I'm just saying. We
didn't throw his
the people in Huntsville didn't throw him on the show. We could have all got on our social media and say, "What the hell is he doing on there?"
Right.
Right.
But we did not do that.
Right.
That's right.
Do you think, Too True, that is jealousy? Do you think that is jealousy? So you're saying that you believe that Martell just fishing and
I think he's fishing.
Mel's name out there because he may have a suspicion or okay.
Because Devin is an eligible bachelor.
And fine too.
He fine
good
as
looking.
wine.
Yes, he is.
What subdivision you in? So I can go buy a house to be in his district.
Because you want to do what now?
I said, let me know what subdivision you in so I could come buy a house in that division.
I already told you.
Because Devin Keith can get it. Okay,
I
be
already
fine.
told y'all
The
where I
go,
live.
baby. At the go.
I already told y'all one time. Actually, I had to change my
No,
name.
don't put it out here. You don't want
Okay.
you know
Mhm.
something.
Oh, is this the lady that live in Destiny
Yeah,
subdivision?
yeah.
All
Oh
right
wow.
then.
Okay.
Child, is she still squatting?
Wait. Chit
Did you
Chat.
go?
I gotta
Did
give you
you
your
go to
props,
the
Chit
open
Chat.
house? Too true. Did you go to the open house at Destiny's? Too true. Are you there?
Uh-oh.
Child, it's Destiny getting her thing.
Destiny
Okay.
messing with a Wi-Fi.
She
Well,
went back.
Destiny, my nickname for you is Blowfish.
Okay.
I
Wait,
think Destiny outside her door right now.
Okay.
ladies, can
I
we
hope
She
give
showed
so.
Chit
her
Chat her
her
props?
Detroit. Detroit. Get
Wait,
down.
this nigga got
Troy,
tea.
let's
Ladies, can we give Chit Chat her props for that video she did talking about Destiny will not be undone by Mel and Stormy. And did Destiny get a G-Wagon?
So who's
Oh,
up?
Girl, she
Who's
had me
that
in there
better woman?
hollering. Chit
Destiny.
Chat, I would give you a standing ovation if I wasn't in the bed. That
that
video
was
there,
hilarious.
I knew you guys would get a kick out of it. I saw
girl,
that.
I said,
My goodness, that's probably
because I said to myself, where'd she get money for a G-Wagon if she's still in the Barry's house? When you went to Little Lord's drop top G-Wagon, I said, I'm going to kill Chit Chat. I'm going to kill her.
Chit chat with the shade, baby. Not the little laws G Wagon. Oh
Yes,
my.
she did. She said, and hers is a drop top. I
yeah.
said, she got a drop top G-Wagon.
That was so funny. People was in my comments before they even got to that part in the video, and they was like, "She's so dumb. Why would she go spend her money on a G-Wagon?"
Exactly. They can't pay her
Okay,
utilities.
we have Too True back. Too True, are you back?
Yes, I am. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I don't know what happened.
Question
Destiny was at your door. Destiny
for
came out.
Destiny.
one second, Renata. Did you go to the open house? Too
I
True,
did not.
you did
I
not.
didn't.
Oh.
What's your
No.
thoughts on that? Do you think that it was too much? Do you think that open house means just that open
You
house?
know, I had followed you and there and a couple other people on social media, and then they said LeBerick put out said the house wasn't that sold, right?
Oh no, I
No.
never said it was sold. I don't know where people got that from, but
No, that house ain't sold yet.
as far as the open house being,
But the sign is down.
oh, the sign is down, the for sale sign.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
No, it might be.
Mm.
yeah. The sign is down, but I thought I heard that it wasn't sold, so I drove over. I drove around the block the other day, and I was like, "Damn, the sign is down."
Is it
They
still on
probably got
Zillow?
offers.
Is it still
Yeah,
on
I'm
Zillow?
sure.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, I
I'm just
seen it.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. I had checked when we had
I'm just
started,
saying that
when the live had started, and it was still on sale.
the real estate sign is down, but you know maybe he just took it down since it was um
Oh.
too
No,
much going on.
maybe he currently has offers. He could be, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So I know that he did put something about thank God for sales, but it was nothing concrete that it had sold.
Yeah,
But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't see that man going through all of that just to take it off the
but I
market.
saw her patio furniture was still on the porch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was that made out of straw?
It's the wicker.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, because she's still living there. She was up in the house last night.
And you don't want to live off that man, boy. She just do not want to get on
Yeah.
her own.
But I just wanted to get on here and just because I really just support Devin Keith and everything, and he gonna be all right. We're gonna support him, and we'll
I'm gonna
get him
support
through
him
this.
too.
I hope
hmm
Walmart dropped the charges. I hope
Yeah,
Walmart dropped the charges. I hope
yeah.
they
I
dropped
think
the
they'll
They
feel
charges.
will.
silly.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think they'll feel silly.
$20? Give me a break. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what, too true. I saw, and I'm glad you mentioned that about possible mayor run that's in his future, because I saw something like that on Facebook as well. And like you, with you living there, so you know firsthand. But that's all I've seen is support for him.
Yeah.
There weren't. I couldn't even count 5 people that spoke against him, and
Yeah.
that shows a lot of character. The
Yeah, he's a
media.
respectable guy. He loves his mother. He was very respectable at the meeting. I asked him a few tough questions. He didn't get angry or nothing with me. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he was fishing, and he was just like, when he saw that he got in trouble, I think Martell, that's when Devin Keith got on his radar.
But
Yes,
my
I hope
question
Devin
is,
Keith does something about that. I'm sorry who I cut off, but
I hope he did. But I forgot when I was at the meeting. I should have asked him. I forgot. When I left the meeting, I was like, dang, I forgot to ask Devin, does he watch Love and Marriage Huntsville? That would have had an answer for y'all.
but
I
my
wow.
forgot to
question is,
ask him
why
that.
would he? My question is, why would he pick him out of? He had to have been
That's
female
my
around this man sometime.
that's
He
No,
Because
couldn't
no,
have
no.
picked. Why would
Mel
he
Okay,
did
pick
okay.
him
that.
out of
Mel
all
This
the
is
did
my
that
men in
thought.
Huntsville?
Thanksgiving.
This is
Mel
my
did that
thought.
Thanksgiving thing, and he was at her Thanksgiving thing. I know that
Right.
for a fact.
So that put him on the
Okay,
radar. But then
okay.
when they plastered it, because they did plaster it all on the local news, everybody was like, what the heck? You
This a
know,
question, yo.
for
When did he
me.
take that picture with Mama Van?
Oh, that's from the amphitheater premiere thing she hosted.
okay.
Oh yes, she had that coins to make shirt on. She sure
And
Yeah.
did.
he's there as well. For
And
me
and and let me just say
personally,
that.
it's
Let
a
me just say this. The amphitheater is in his district. So he's
yes.
Devin Keefe is gonna be everywhere. So
Gotcha.
it's not like he everywhere just because I think Martell is fishing. He's gonna be everywhere. A&M is in his district.
Martell is
Okay,
jealous. Martell is
The
jealous.
the amphitheater is in his district.
He
Yeah.
jealous.
okay,
For me
okay.
personally, it's a reach. You know what I mean? Because yes, Devin is a city councilman and all of that. I get all of that. There's other successful businessmen and all of that in Huntsville as well. I don't know. Just my personal opinion. I think Martell did it for a reason.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Well, they said what I heard allegedly is that he's always been jealous of him.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
in the same fraternity,
He's jealous.
and
Still,
it's
what is
and
the
he's
title?
literate,
What
and
is the
Hotel
title?
isn't.
I get that.
There's also pictures of Devin with the Holtz when they were married.
Yeah, I just put it up earlier.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, Melody was receiving an award.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. If Devin was part of my HOA, I
At
think I
first,
might go often. I ain't gonna lie.
I know that's right. I'll
I
be the
am
first
not
one in the
gonna lie.
Ah,
door.
I would be
exactly.
there.
He is
I
a
would
con.
I'll tell the
Yeah.
hospital so quick. Look, I gotta go to my HOA meeting.
Uh huh.
And he looks exactly like he does on his pictures and stuff, guys. Okay.
Oh my
He just,
God.
Okay.
he's just taller, like I said, because I'm
Yeah, I
five
have to
Taller.
When
one.
your
find
next
another.
HOA meeting? When your next HOA
I
meeting?
know,
We might,
right?
Yeah,
we might
go
have
ahead,
to
better
sit
do
down.
this.
We don't
Pop
live
up.
there, but we gonna come with you.
I'll be your district too.
look,
Okay, look, y'all gonna be my
Yeah,
plus
we gonna be your
one, the
yes,
plus.
plus
we'll come
two.
down.
Yeah.
Look,
That's funny.
I'm peeping
That's
around
funny.
my office door. My husband is in his little man cave, but I'll tell Devin, baby, I will get you the real AirPods.
Y'all so funny. Y'all
Chit chat. I'm
funny.
Now,
telling
look
Mr. Chit
here.
Chat.
We are not
Chit
going on
Chat says she getting it. Chit Chat said the AirPod.
I'm
Yeah.
getting you the Apple AirPods or the Beats guys.
No,
And
Okay.
I
chit
think
chat.
I think
Chit chat, you gonna get him the max, baby. You gonna
Oh
get him the
yes,
max.
yes.
yeah, he's a
Once he
really
got some,
he's
you can have whatever you like. You have
I
I
whatever.
know
know
that's
he's
right.
y'all it's so much. You know what? I think I'm gonna call his office tomorrow and say
Oh,
We said
people love you.
Me too. Call it. Call him.
Go
Tell him
there
we
now,
have some.
honey, and
People
tell them
Tell
love
him we
you're
you.
love
looking
him.
good in that gym.
Yeah,
And
let them
then
know
yeah.
I'm gonna be back in Huntsville in 2 more weeks.
Okay.
Go
Oh yeah, go by and
on, look
see
him up
him.
and give him a donation for the run, the
Go
campaign
go
run.
on
Yeah, we're
over
gonna give him a
there.
donation for his
Yes,
campaign run.
yes.
Now, do
He'll
not
definitely
stalk the
contact
man
you if you
because
give him
he
that.
is to be a mayor, not to be stalked. Okay, just letting you
No,
know.
we're
I
not
know,
gonna do
right?
a Martell. We're not gonna do
But
a
no, no,
Martell.
no.
Oh no.
I could see him as the future mayor. He got some more time to be city councilman and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Right.
We were at the meeting and we addressed him. Councilman Keith, so we made him feel good, because he looks so young,
he
and
does.
I'm older
Look
than him.
good
And
too.
so we had to
Wow.
remember to say, Councilman Keith.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just. But
He's a
this
cat.
is actually the lemon can turn into lemonade for him because now he's international.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
all he has to do is just take it. I thought his apology of
I
being
thought it was
accountable was excellent.
sensational.
Sensational.
Yes.
Martell did him
But
a
you know,
favor though.
Martell don't know how to do. He do not
But
know how to take
but see,
accountability.
Martell did him a favor. Something that would have stayed in Huntsville because we would have never knew who Devin Keith was if it wasn't for
Uh-huh.
Martell. Martell just put this man on a whole nother level.
Look, that
All that worked together for Devin Keith's good. Watch what I tell you.
Well, see,
All
he
that's
put
going to work
himself on the
together for his
level though.
good.
Guys, he put himself on the level because he been working hard.
Exactly.
He does have
for
a coffee
sure.
shop.
Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
does.
Works hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He works
Yeah.
hard.
We'll be
And
down there in Huntsville,
Oh,
y'all,
we'll
for
be
the
down there at
coffee.
the
okay,
coffee
well then
shop.
go to his I think it's called the Fountain, but it's on North Side. He put he opened his coffee shop and he put it um it in Northwest Huntsville, trying to build it up. We had gotten I think it was Amazon or Google to come here.
Google,
That's in
Google.
District 1.
Mm-hmm.
Black is in District 1, so them Scots better watch out, okay? Black is in his district.
Yes,
So they need to stop.
Yeah.
Well, no, they supported him.
I'm not.
Okay,
Martell
good.
supported
Someone
him.
has some feedback. Give me 1 second. If you're not speaking, please mute. And too true. I agree that definitely he's already made a name for himself. But please believe me, I've watched his followers double since Martell made his post. Let's be
Okay.
Yep,
Okay,
that's
good.
right.
so
Good.
what we're
That's
Good.
talking
right.
about is just the popularity aspect for
I
people
got you.
that's outside of Huntsville
Huntsville. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
and all of that. Martell definitely did him a favor.
Yes,
I
he
got you.
did.
Sure
Yes, he
did.
did.
I understand that. But
Yeah.
yep.
Now,
Okay. Okay. I receive that.
Is NASA in his district as well?
Is what?
NASA.
No. No, NASA is on the federal installation. That's in nobody's district, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
federal.
Okay.
Oh, so you
Hmm.
really, true T, you really in these Huntsville streets. You really be involved in your community. I like that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a relative that lives down there. And she works for NASA, so that's why I wanted to know.
No, NASA is federal property.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we got federal property called Redstone Arsenal, and
Yeah.
that's all federal property.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm gonna
no,
be on federal property coming in 2 weeks, but tell Devin I'll be at his coffee
okay,
shop.
then going over there to
I feel
his
like I
coffee
feel
shop.
like
You want
True
me to come
T.
pick you up,
I
or
feel
you want to
like
come pick
Yeah,
me up?
Girl, yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
True T need a issue with the house or something, so she can come
Yes,
visit.
right.
We could do a Zoom. Hey, give us that Zoom link. Give us that Zoom link.
yes.
the
and we
Zoom
want to
link
be
to
right
what?
there. Oh, you know what, True T? If y'all have another HOA, you should do a Zoom and say, Mr. Councilman, I got some people
I
that want to
will
say
do
hi to
that.
you.
I will
Yeah.
do that. I will. I will. I
I would
will.
love that.
And
No,
Let
I
T
call.
Tat know. You gotta let her know the day before your meeting
Okay,
so she can tell
okay. I
us
did
so we
call
can
his
all get on the Zoom.
office.
Yeah, because I go back to work. I go back on my shift in 1 month because I'm on a month vacation.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So from the hospital. So yeah, y'all let me know because I'll be in Huntsville like that. Come on now.
Okay, well, if y'all do, I would recommend y'all go to his coffee shop.
oh, for
But we
sure.
Okay.
ain't going to Black. We not going to Black.
No, okay, y'all don't
No,
have to go to
we'll
Black.
get a disease in black because when I went there, it was so dirty. I was
It
Somebody
like, oh
else
my
was.
said that.
God.
So they
Huh?
don't clean, huh?
No,
Somebody
it
else
was
said
really
that.
dirty, and it's one bathroom that
That's
looked like. I ain't never been to jail before, but I looked at the stuff like
not
Now
jail.
you know
oh,
park
I can,
owners only have one pair of shorts. So what do you expect?
Oh
You
gosh.
you
you know,
said
and then I
jail,
was
not
like,
jail, baby. You comparing
I'm
it to
They
serious.
jail.
And I
they
asked
general
for,
contractors, and they didn't add a second bathroom to their
no, they did
establishment.
not. They did not.
Mm.
They
Is it
did not.
small? Is it
And,
big?
That's
Small?
crazy.
they did not use Cascade for their dishes because it had like
She
they
said,
used their
"Stop
dishes.
it."
She said Cascade. I'm done. I'm
No,
done.
I'm
Yes.
serious. I'm
Yeah.
serious. And I'm like, I was like, I had told the guy, I was like, look, I'm a physician and I look at everything. I said, so I don't know if this is residue from the dishwasher. You all not putting proper stuff in there for the scum to come out. I don't know, but I'm not buying nothing in this facility. And then that's when he was like, well, you just came just like the rest of the out of towners, you know.
Ooh.
So from now on, we gonna start end up doing a cover charge on the weekend or something. I said, baby, you ain't got enough for me to even pay a cover charge in here.
He said that to you?
Yeah.
How rude. And you running a business.
Yeah, they don't care. They're very rude.
Did
Now,
you
Lizette,
report this to
you're
Marceau and
local as
Tisha?
well, Lizette?
Beg your pardon? Beg your pardon?
You're local as well?
No, I live in Illinois, but I have family that's down there.
Okay.
Um, and I had went down there because she was getting divorced. So she works for
Oh.
NASA. So she was just, taking me around and different things like that.
Mhm.
And the economy down there is a little bit cheaper. So I actually was looking to, to purchase a home down that way.
Mhm.
But I was like, I don't know. Mm-mm.
He said
The
you out of
closest,
towners. He said you out of towners just coming here. Oh, that's
yeah,
rude.
yeah, yeah. That's
Wow.
what he said to me.
Is someone sleep on the panel?
Someone is asleep. I don't know who's snoring.
It's not me.
Somebody.
Right?
And you know what, guys? It's also my clue. We have been on here for 3 hours, 13 minutes. It is midnight for some of you guys,
Uh-huh.
approaching midnight or 1 o'clock. AM.
Approaching
1
one
o'clock
here.
to me.
1 o'clock.
Yes,
We
yes.
love what
Midnight
you
here.
said.
So first of all, I just want to thank all of you that joined me on the panel, to the content creators that were on the panel. I thank you as well. To the chat, I thank you guys for joining me. And I always go back and look at these comments. You guys cut up every time, and I love it. But guys, thank you again. I hope you guys have a good night. And
Good
we will
night.
hook up again in a couple days. I really appreciate you guys.
We
Okay.
do. And
All
tell
right.
Tanga Jay,
Good
you know
night.
how we
Wait a
do
minute,
on the
Anonymous.
chat,
Wait
on
a
the
minute.
panel.
Okay, what you say, Anonymous?
Yes, people, Melody, we love you. It's okay to do a new revised comeback group without the snorts and hotel. Please do it. Thank you.
And Melody, it's also okay if you dating Mr. Devin Keith, babe.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, yes, it's
he has
okay.
links. He has links, y'all.
And
I
he
No
don't
hope
get his
not.
hands
Amazon.
tight. And
He
his
has
hands
links.
tight either.
You know,
Thanks.
we
Well,
haven't
chit chat, we might know why Martell don't like him. His application probably got turned down at the coffee shop.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Y'all
Good
stop,
night.
stop, guys, stop. No, guys, no.
That's
For
just
stealing the
cold.
ATM,
That
Mr.
is
That's
Devin Keith
so
funny.
said,
funny.
You won't be
That's
stealing my cash register.
right. That's personal. That's something we do know. Whatever Martell's problem is, it's personal for sure.
It is. It
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love it. He needs to sweat. He do.
They'll probably
Black or
laugh and
print.
talk about,
That's my
I ain't
opinion.
even my man.
Guys, Anonymous, have a good night. To
Good
You
the
too,
night.
guys. Be
Good night,
blessed,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night, ladies.
Bella, Renata, L'Oreal, Lysette, thank you. And Clarissa, thank you as well. Tang, I'll have that email address for you soon. To the chat, thank you guys again. Please hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already. I think we have about, it's almost easy. Well, almost even now. 837 likes. But thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Chat with you soon. Bye.